All right, everybody. Guess what? Mighty Psycho's back. Tinfoil hat ball. Really? Is that really your channel name now? Tinfoil hat ball. Okay. Whatever works. Needless to say, hello, everybody. Is the Mighty Psycho. Not really feeling so mighty today, really. By the way, I was always powered by coffee each and every time. I don't know, guys. I'm sorry. I have been so crabby this week. I have been real crabby this week. I'm even crabby today too, and I even have a headache that showed up. Yeah, you and and so I'm just really not all here. Well, I'm never here, but I got like a headache, like I said, and so I don't know how long I'm going to do this. I'm shooting for at least 90 minutes today. I'm sorry, I was going to start this a little earlier, but it just, that's just me. My life never ends. I had to take a kiddo to go pay a bill. Yeah, who's ever here is right. So, but needless to say, I don't know. Geez, people must either be busy or bored. I guess it's NFL's, I know it's NFL season. Bears were winning last time I checked. My Sweetums is a Carolina Panther fan, and I know they got stomped by the Cowboys. For programming notes, Tim Smith unfortunately will not be with us this afternoon. Prayers to him. He's got a migraine. I used to have migraines. I know. NFL, yay, right. Well, like I said, the Bears were beating the crap out of the Lions. I don't know if that still is the case. Let's take a peeky for a second, shall we? Let's take a peeky on this. I hope everybody had themselves a decent weekend. Yeah, no Tim today. I'm sorry. I was hoping, but you know what? I know how that is. I do know how that is to not feel good, or maybe your head. It happens. So let's see. Oh boy. I'm looking for the damn thing. It was there earlier. No, that was okay. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. All right, so let's see. Stupid Packers are tied with the Steelers. Stupid Packers. I don't know. Sorry. I don't know. I know the Bears were winning. They were like slaughtering Detroit in the third quarter, like halfway through. So hopefully they finished them off. You know what, Tim, Paul, that was an embarrassment yesterday. I got to see little bits of that because we had it on in the break room. And boy, oh boy, was that obnoxious to no end. But, if Jessica was still alive, my late wife, because she's a big Georgia fan, you see, Georgia, and for some reason, she liked Alabama. Go Tide. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Greg, how you doing? I just started here. Yes, it was a very big embarrassment against Georgia. Let me do a little bit of yippee yappy, and then I'll bring on some people. Okay, so new subs, ladies and gentlemen, new subs. I really love my people here. I love my people in the Psycho Bladder Network. And by the way, I thought I'd throw this at you too. Excuse me, cleaning my screen. I made my first TikTok Yeah, I made an introduction in the TikTok universe. I may do them once in a while. I have an Instagram channel with bonus videos too. Hey Tyler, how you doing? But so yeah, so I made my first TikTok video, and it's Psycho's Platters, all one word on TikTok. And if you want to get bored on a minute of your life there, you know. So all right, so the new subs for this week anyway: Vic Rector, Scott Spinner One, that's all one word, Pete's CD Vinyl World, Hub Tunes, Gray 1951, and Alfie Vinyl. That's right. Thank you very much for joining the Psycho Platter Network. I hope to continue to educate and entertain and just be damn silly because I can. So another thing I want to bring up, there will be a video, I'm hoping within the next 48 hours. Okay. Oh, you're at Universal. That's awesome. That is awesome. Oh, Jesus. My beer drinking days are long gone, but yeah. Tinfoil. So I've been waiting. Waiting for you. That was a bad Bonham singing impression. Bonham is in the 80s band. So I had a pre-order on this thing since April. Finally arrived Friday. This box. And I know you're like going, what the hell is it? And this is heavy, by the way. What the hell is Psycho holding in this box? The new limited edition, second final edition of the Monkees Day by Day by Andrew Sandoval. That's right. I found out they only made 2,000 of these books. Now anybody asks, I have the $75 soft cover. I will be doing an unboxing. I think it deserves a special unboxing. I'll show some monkeys in a little bit here. I do have some other stuff I want to talk about, but this book I have been waiting for. There was delay after delay after delay, not Andrew's part, not Andrew's fault, but COVID mixed with shipping schedules from different places. But I'm just, this is one of those things. I'll admit, Mighty Psycho is, not only psychotic, that can be said without a doubt, but I'm around 50 years old. When I was 50, I'm 54 now, officially last week. I needed to have these now for reading glasses. Why, look, it's Clark Kent. It's the Mighty Psycho. Clark Kent. I don't know, whatever. Anywho, so these will be getting a good read through. They will. They're going to be a good read through. Wait a second here. I made a joke at your expense the other. Can you clarify, Mike, please? Because I'm kind of curious what you're talking about. Look, I'm lucky if I can remember yesterday. I'm being very honest. I think my short-term memory is shot to hell. Last day of baseball, and you're reading it. Well, just the ones that count. Yeah, I know. I am so ashamed. I did not get to go to a ball game this year. I meant to. I wanted to. The weather was just so hot and ridiculous. But our Naturals, Northwest Arkansas Naturals, based out of Springdale, Arkansas, they made it to the playoffs. And minor league playoffs are so strange. And the Naturals, by the way, are Double-A Kansas City Royals. Okay, so they took the championship. It was the only the second time in 12 playing seasons. Okay, I was hoping to go, but it just it didn't work out on my schedules. It's hardcore, like it even covers recordings. Oh, good. No, I know about the Penny Arcade. I think I saw the cover once of that. I'm looking for that too, believe it or not. All right, so let's see what you're going to tell me here. You were on the Canadian live streamer, and he made a comment like, "Fuck it." I don't think so. I I don't think so. I honestly, I'm being Vulcan swear. I don't think so. Oh, he made a comment that said, "Trying to add a few." I don't recall echoing the thought. I'm being very honest with you, okay? I really don't recall that. And I'm not being some fake ass politician. I just don't recall saying that. I guess if I did, which I don't know why I would have, because I try not to be negative in anybody's damn peanut gallery posts, or if I'm on somebody else's live stream. I don't like pissing on other people's parades. Okay, so if I did, it's unintentional. I'll say I guess I'm sorry in advance, but I don't remember that. I'm sorry, I just really don't. So let's see what you said. Anyone got to? Good, 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 good. You know what? That's funny you bring that up because I think, knock on wood, might be going to my first record show in at least a decade in Tulsa, possibly at the end of October, possibly. He was referring to me. No, no, I don't. Yeah, well, I'm always trying to you know, but I guess because I'm funny looking, yeah. So I'm sorry, I still don't. And you know what? I'll tell you this, okay? This is not really a secret to anybody out there. I flit, I call that word. It's a nice Scrabble word, flit. Across lots of people's live streams. Sometimes I will get involved and be on camera, which I have done before. I have a handful of times been on Rachel's show. I have been on Tim Smith, Thrifty Tim's channel. I'm trying to think. Been on Mayo's. Been on Spalding's. Think I might have even been on the Paulcast once, and I was on Vinyl Archivist at least once, singing very badly. And I just like to have fun. And as far as the contingent, obviously I know who Ray and Brian are, okay? And Dobbs and the other ones, all right? And yeah, I'm sub to Brian. I'm not going to knock Brian. I got no reason to knock Brian. Actually, I think Brian is semi-entertaining. Semi. Okay. And I don't really give a fuck what anybody thinks about me anyway. I just don't. I do this because this is a VC no drama zone. That's all there is to it. Because we like to have, I like to do my second favorite F word here. That's fun. See, that's where I was going on there. Paul's a flit. Yeah, I am a flitter from the way back. Oh no. Another one? Another one, Dave? Or is this the same one that supposedly, like, did this happen within the last week, this video? Because I haven't had a chance to look at it. I'm not going to lie. I remember I'm subscribed to HEK, but I rarely ever seen any of the videos. Well, good. You know what? Like I said, it's all about educating and entertaining. That's really what it is. Okay, so let me. I'm just going to show you a couple magazines, and then after that, sorry, hang on. Goth Angel is texting me really quick here. 1 million. she's not having a good day either. Maybe is it something in the moon and the star? I don't. I've just been crabby. I hate being crabby. Sorry guys. I know, so professional I am, right? Yeah. I love her. She goes through a lot. She also puts up with me. I don't know. I don't know what. You know what, you made a great Scrabble word there, Mike. I don't know what an ephobophile is. Ephobophile? I don't know if I'm even pronouncing that right. All right, so I stopped over at Barnes and Noble. Okay, I stopped at Barnes and Noble. Nothing to be sorry about. And I like to look at the magazine section. The Fayetteville section, the Fayetteville store is better than the Rogers store in regards to music magazine selection. This one shocked the shit out of me, though, okay, because I thought this particular magazine died a few years ago. I think this originates out of Canada. I know people are like, who reads magazines anymore? Psycho, you got the internet. Oh, oh, oh my. Oh, that's not right. Early teens. Ugh. Okay. Blue Suede News. Blue Suede News. Like I said, based out of Canada. Little Richard on the cover. Woo! You know, I would have liked to have seen Little Richard in concert once. He was a staple in the Memphis in May festival for a few years, along with I want to say one of the last Sun artists standing, Jerry Lee Lewis, who just had his 86th birthday. But anyways, interesting little bit here in the back here, Reverend Bob. But I mean, it's kind of neat, and the price of the magazine isn't really ridiculous. But I literally grabbed this because this is at least a 20-something page article on Little Richard. Well, yeah, we got to say allegedly. We don't need lawsuits. And then there's other little interviews like Ed Martin from the Five Satins, and which is neat. You know, a lot of these doo-woppers. Here's for Canucks, though. Never heard of Scott Turner, but maybe some of you guys have. I just, I love 50s and 60s music. Is my go-to. Oh yeah, and speaking of that, Dion's got a new album. I found it. I may be getting it for a review. I mean, in 2021, Dion making new music. There's a whole bunch of people on it. If I remember correctly, Joe Bonamassa, he's on it. I think Billy Gibbons is on it. There's a few other ones. And then this one kind of surprised me because the last issue I bought of this was about 2 months ago. Goldmine has gotten a little bigger in the size. Of course, I had to get it because George was on the cover. I like George, and I like. Eventually, I haven't forgotten. I still have this to review. It's just been a while. I'm playing catch up, and of course, on the back, the #1 Billboard album, Alice Cooper, Detroit Stories. I love the Coop. I do. He's something else. Let's see. Is there a pic I can show you? How about just a nice fuzzy George right there? All right. So you know what? Now it's time, ladies and gentlemen. It is time because, like I said, we're still going to we'll do a little extra talk here with whoever wants to come up. And but I do want to show some albums. I did get some reasonably priced albums. And okay, so the link's up, and I want to show that, and I'll tell you a little story about that as well. It's not many; it's about 4 of them, and then I have something I got out of a trade that I didn't have to pay for. Did they? Man, if I only, okay, so Kraftwerk. I'm going to be very ignorant. I know that I've heard tracks off of Autobahn, okay? I used to have a buddy named Martin in high school. He was a big Kraftwerk fan, so I know damn well that I probably listened to I listened to some inadvertently and do not know. Yeah, you know what? Goldmine has been around a very long time, since the 70s. Um, and true story on this, I actually got to be in Goldmine either 2 or 3 times. I've lost count because I haven't done it in a very long time. I know it didn't sound right, but I know where I'm going on this, even though that sentence is true too. So I was in the letters section. You know, when they used to go off and people announced fines and stuff like that. So, but that's what we're doing on this. So, like I said, I don't know what is going on here. Anywho, so what happened, tin hat foil, Paul? I know you wanted to come up here for a little bit. Oh, speaking of, I summon the I summon. No, no, Slider. Martin was from my neck of the woods in Chicagoland, and then he moved
I'm
to
still
Florida.
here.
And look, it's the amazing living room of the. I'm confused. So let me ask you something, Paul. While we have you for here, I tried going on to look for your channel and could not find it. Is it there?
No, I tried to find it the other day, so that's why I'm changing to tinfoil hat Paul.
Good, because no offense, somebody else already has the Paul show. That's why I forgot to tell you that. I forgot to tell you I tripped on that whenever you said what you did. Okay. And by the way, Paul, what picture really is that?
I'm in my chalet in Colorado, smoking a big bowl of you know what.
Oh, okay. Speaking of that kind of shit, I'll bring up something for 2 seconds. I bumped into somebody that was at the Ice Cube concert on Friday.
You seriously went and seen Ice Cube?
I didn't. I was at work. Would I have gone? Yes, but a friend of mine did, and it went over very well. They had, what was it? 2 weeks before showtime, there was 250 general admission tickets left. I am led to believe 90% of that was sold within the last few days before the show. So it wasn't a full house, but I am led to believe it was maybe, I want to say, 80% full. And he did very well. There was no incidents. And you know what? I'm like, good that there was no incidents, because truthfully, the last handful of times that we went and had rap concerts here, there hasn't been any incidents. Because let's see, so Ice Cube was the newest, with Nelly. Who else? Tech Nine. Paul Wall, and I think the only one that actually like comes close is oh God, what's his name? Maybe he's not a rapper. I can't remember. Travis Scott. When Travis Scott was at the Amp, that caused a lot of shit, but I can't remember what happened at that. What's this? He's got that house picture on his show. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that is true. He has to keep it at 32 degrees. Oh my God. How you been? How you been, Paul?
Good. How about you?
Well, like I was mentioning, I've been a kind of a crabby bitch this week. I don't know what my problem is. I wish I do know what my problem is, guys. I just don't. Yeah,
Well, the weather's changing, and I get headaches because the pressure's up.
maybe that's it. Because I mean, whenever I get severely, like, okay, when there's gonna be a big storm coming, and during the storm that comes, um, my lower back, and my one leg or my bad leg are really fucked up.
Yeah,
Okay, wait.
I get
Now you're.
headaches,
I'm confused. Okay, so now you just did this.
and it's
So
okay.
why? Oh no, we don't. We're not doing this. Hang on a minute.
There we
We
go.
have no. Yeah, no nonsense there. We're not dealing with that.
Yeah. Now I'm in my chalet.
Oh yes, the chalet. Lovey, can you go get me another Magnum of champagne? Um.
Ooh la la. Yeah.
All
Anytime the
right.
weather changes, I get headaches.
Mm. Here's some music news. Before I start a little show and tell, if I may be permitted. So, Guns N' Roses has got a new single called "Hard School." I don't know if you've heard it. It is Axel Slash and Duff and whoever else. I personally like Hard School. I like Hard School better than the first single off of this supposed new album that's going to be coming out. I remember the last time I bought a GNR album. Oh boy! Thank God I didn't pay full price for Chinese Democracy. So help me. I bought that album based on the one song that was played on the radio, which was Chinese Democracy in 2008. And I liked that song. I'm like, this is good. I said, if the rest of the damn album, I go to get the damn album and I only like that song and Afraid. That's it. That two songs out of a whole damn.
I just took a
Boy,
look at the song. It looks going to be pretty good.
what's that?
Guns N' Roses, the new song.
Yeah. Like I said, I like it. I like it a lot better than. My God, I am having a hard time in the noggin today, guys. You'll have to forgive me.
Brain
Uh,
fog's okay.
so, so, Vinyl Resting is saying, did you bring enough THC for the entire glass? You
I
know,
would,
Dave.
I would
Dave.
never have that.
Yeah, Dave. I'll tell you something. Appetite is the best kick-ass Guns N' Roses album. I did. So let's see. My story on Appetite. Paul, did you end up getting Appetite when it came out?
No. Or
All right.
I don't remember.
Okay. Either's
I had over
acceptable.
3,000 CDs, and I got rid of them years ago.
Yeah.
And you lose count after 20 CDs. At least I do.
You know, I don't think I had 3,000. You got me on there, Paul, but I probably would say, like, I sold a bunch. I think I'm down to 2.5 crates. That's what I have. It's about 2.5
Milk crates?
milk crates.
Yeah, that's a
what
lot.
I have. Yeah, and half of a milk crate. Believe it or not, one of the local resale shops. This was a couple years back, because Chess was still alive. I grabbed about 30 Elvis CDs. They were made in the Netherlands. I discovered later that it was a 50 CD box set. So somehow either that box got broken and all of them but I got albums that hell, they never got probably put in America until the Follow That Dream releases that have been probably coming out over the years. But so I worked at Handy Andy. You got it made. That was a pre-Home Depot type place in the 1980s, early 90s in Chicagoland. And one of my coworkers, also my best friend at that time, his name was Jim. And Jim and I were about the same age, liked the same kind of music, although I liked oldies more than he did, but I still kept up with everything. Because, MTV in high school, okay? Freshman year on, I watched all that till about 87, and then Headbangers Ball and so on. So Jim goes off and says to me, he goes, Paul, you got to get this new album from this killer band. And I'm going, hey, Lisa, stick around. I'm going to be showing something interesting in a few minutes. And so the thing is that, so we go, and I don't know why maybe they were all sold out in my town. I don't know. We had to drive or maybe we just went to the damn mall. I can't damn remember, but I stopped at a Music Land. Remember the Music Land? I stopped
Music
at
Land.
Music Land. And
brings back good memories.
yep, I had a tape player in my car though. So lo and behold, it
8-track?
shows me. Yeah. No, not 8-track.
Oh, that's old school.
But no, not 8-track. But
No.
so he shows me. I'm like, Appetite for Destruction. I'm like, he goes, trust me, you're gonna love it. And I'm going, they play anything on the radio? And they're like, yes. And I'm like, well, what did they play? Welcome to the Jungle. I'm like, no shit. I said, that's the band. Yes. Bought the damn thing. I still love that whole fucking album. That album is like, I want to say that could possibly be another in my perfect album series if I ever had one, because I like every track on that damn thing. But then again, they probably played about at least 5 or 6 songs off of that album in different formats and different stations. But I ended up getting, like I said, I got that. I got Lies, Lies, Lies. Okay. Now GNR, I did get an original vinyl Appetite. I do have it, along with Lies, Lies, Lies. Okay, with Patience and 1 in a Million and all the other stuff. And then after that, I was one of the suckers. And got Use Your Illusion. I know you had 2 different ones, which I thought was bullshit. That one had to have been a Geffen record marketing ploy so they could get this, because separate singles that were being played on radio stations were from separate albums. If you wanted those singles, you had to get both of those fucking records. And I'm going, what a pile of horse shit, that Geffen would pull that off. But I did end up getting both of them, but those are on CD. I know they're on vinyl, but I don't know if they were ever legitimately. I know the first 2 were on vinyl legitimately. I don't think Use Your Illusion, being that was 91, I don't think I was ever put on vinyl in the States. Now, I know in Europe, I think they did. I would love to have some original 91 presses of Use Your Illusion, which truthfully, they have enough good songs that they could have made a very strong one album and then just shafted the other songs, stuck them on CD singles, soundtracks, whatever the fuck. And it would have been another perfect Guns N' Roses album, but they chose not to do that. Izzy leaves. There's your soul of the band right there, really, was Iz. Okay. When he left, that was the end of that. Spaghetti Incident, oh my God. Spaghetti Incident, I don't know why I didn't grab that. I remember hearing on the radio their cover of Hair of the Dog, but I'm like, I already like Nazareth's version.
Nazareth is better.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. And I'm trying to remember. I know Knocking on Heaven's Door was on the Days of Thunder soundtrack, but I think that ended up on that too. And then they did a Charles Manson song on Spaghetti.
Charles Manson?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Which song was it?
There, Paul Cast. Go take that one and take it for a spin. Hang on a second. But I can tell you that for some reason nobody really dug Spaghetti Incident because I saw it and the thing is that they had them for like $5
Hmm.
in the cutouts here. I really have to apologize to my audience here. I normally am not this dim-witted. That's what I feel like in here today.
Hey,
And
you're doing good.
thank you. I need the support. All right, so let's see here a second. So
We
yeah,
say
that
mental
came out.
support. We're both screwed on with.
Yeah, November '93. That's when Spaghetti Incident came out. So they did other songs, of course, too. Sorry, kids. I know Wikipedia is shit, but this is my cheat sheet when I need it really bad.
Well, Down on the Farm is one of their songs.
Yeah. And Gilby Clarke is on instead of Izzy because, of course, he left. So, come on, I want this. Oh yeah, "Ain't No Fun" was the first single. Okay, here's the controversy. An unadvertised cover of the Charles Manson song "Look at Your Game Girl" was included on the album. It was a secret track, and it also was including not being on the promo tapes that were sent to reviewers. So in other words, the promo copies didn't have that song. It says here, quote, from the manager, there is a bonus track on the album, but Axl wants it to speak for itself, and it wasn't done for the critics or anybody else. It was a bonus for the fans. The inclusion of the song caused controversy, with law enforcement group expressing outrage over its inclusion. Rose claimed the reason we didn't list that song on our album is we wanted to downplay it. We don't give any credit to Charles Manson on the album. It's a hidden bonus track. The band considered removing the song from new pressings of the album. According to Dave Geffen in a phone interview, I'd hope Axl had realized how offensive people found this. He would not have recorded the song in the first place. The fact that Manson would be earning money based on the fame he derived, Slash mentioned the song was done with naive and innocent black humor on our part. Rose stated he'd donate all performance royalties from the song to a nonprofit environmental organization. Slash stated the group intended to remove the song before deciding to keep it once they learned the royalties for the song would be donated to Bartek Frykowski, the son of Wojciech. I hope I'm butchering this shit. Wojciech Frykowski, a victim of Manson during the Tate murders. Geffen Records released a statement mentioning their share of royalties would be donated to the Doris Tate Crime Victim Bureau. Years later, Rose said the song would be removed from new pressings of the album, claiming that the critic and the media had misinterpreted his interest in Manson. Rose could be seen wearing a Manson shirt in the video for Estranged in Milan Keys, England in '93. So, despite the statement that the track would be removed, Look at Your Game Girl is still featured on all performances of the album. There you go, kids. Something that you did that you maybe didn't know, but there it is. Yeah. So
it does say it is a hidden track.
Hidden track.
Yeah.
Let's see. Next.
Because I was looking that up.
Yes. Oh, you were looking it up. Yes.
Yeah.
Any Judas Priest fans out there? Because guess what? You got another thing coming. Good. KK's Priest. KK's Priest is a band that got started last year. It is KK Downing. They're one of the originals from Judas Priest, along with Tim Ripper Owens. That's right, the guy who replaced for a few years. All right. And he did 2 albums with Priest. He is the lead singer. And then there's a bunch of new guys. Sermons of the Sinner will be actually, what's funny is that you can order, if I remember correctly, still in a pre-order status if you are a Priest fan and you're interested. They are doing signed pre-orders. Hello, Flash. Hello, indeed. So go to kkpriest.com and order it. It is actually reasonably priced. It would have been out a lot sooner, but there was delays. So I am supposed to be getting my signed copy sometime in the week. I know probably maybe people are asking, well, who signed it? If I remember correctly, it's AK Ripper. That'll be nice to add to my collection along with my signed Rob Halford Christmas album.
You said the album's called Get Your Sermons?
No, Sermons of the Sinner.
Okay.
The lead single is Hellfire Thunderbolt, which that is a kick-ass track along with actually the first two have been kick-ass tracks. They did do a video for Sermons of the Sinner also.
Yeah, I'll see it right now.
Yeah, a lot of mystery type, borderline occultic. Now I know I'm saying that as not necessarily bad, but like I really should say secret society shit. That's what it kind of looks like. And how
it says it's coming out on Wednesday.
Yeah. Okay. Good. So hopefully, maybe by Wednesday I'll have it. I know it's at a USPS facility. All right. Prayers
means you might get it sometime in 2 years.
I know the way USPS now is officially as of Friday slowed down some of the postal service,
and prices are up. I think it's stupid also.
Yeah. So prayers going out. Next item. Jack Russell from Great White, or should I say his version of Great White, because the other version of Great White has more original members, and Mitch Malloy, who for 2 seconds was in Van Halen in the mid 90s. 2 seconds. He also put out an excellent album on RCA in that time frame. Go look for it, guys. It's not that easy to find. I have it on CD. Found it with a busted case and everything. I'll have to show that sometime in one of those forgotten type things. But so Jack Russell, emergency surgery. No, I do not know what it is. But prayers go out for him, because did you ever see Great White, Paul?
I heard their albums, but I never seen them in concert. Yeah.
Hi, Mike.
I've seen Guns N' Roses. I've seen Alice Cooper.
See, that's kick-ass too.
And Van Halen.
I see Van Halen. See the Diamond Dave. Talk about that in 2 seconds too. About Van Halen, but related. So, but yeah, I saw Great White once. They opened up in '88 for Whitesnake at Alpine Valley Music Theater in East Troy, Wisconsin. What a great double bill that night. Yeah, seriously. And White and Whitesnake were all running on all cylinders. That was an excellent show from both of them, but I have not seen Great White since then. But I would like to, if you are Great White fans, or you want to check out something a little different in regards to the catalog, there was an album that came out in the early to mid 90s, Psycho City. It is blues based. Go check it out. I think you will love it. I even told Jack that, and Jack actually was like, thank you very much. So I'm like, it's one of those albums that fell in the cracks. Let's face it. 93, you're talking the gold grunge thing was taking over the thing, and a lot of albums ended up falling in the wayside on that one. So
does Capitol Records still exist?
What's that? Capitol
Records. It was released by.
Yeah, Capitol's still there. So that's what we for Jack Russell. And lastly, some people in the audience are going to go, oh, thank God. Some people, though, like me, in a way, it's a twinge of sadness. It was announced this week, January 2022, the retirement of Diamond David Lee Roth. At least from live.
Sad as same go.
See, that's the thing, though. It is sad to see him go. But, and this is what I don't understand, and if anybody knows, put it in the comments on this one. That is why I was going to go to the Kiss concert, which is happening, I think, in the next week. Kiss is going to be in Tulsa, be okay. I have no desire to go now, because when they originally announced the restart of the Kiss tour, for 2 seconds, Diamond Dave was back as the opening act. It was stated that, okay? Then somehow some bullshit went down. Now, I'm going to believe that Diamond Dave went to a vocal coach and he actually improved compared to the last tour videos where they showed him warbling off key. He started getting smart and he dropped some songs down, okay, a notch or two so that he could accommodate his voice and still sound decent. And I like those videos. He still could have it in some respect. It's just that he just maybe something's wrong. Maybe he's tired. Maybe he had too much coke. Maybe he had too many girls. Maybe he had, But the thing, I'm half kidding. The thing is that
I'm not.
maybe yeah, maybe his voice is really shot. I did hear, what was it? Right after Eddie's death, he put out a couple songs. One was called Somewhere Over the Rainbow Bar and Grill, which I actually half liked that one. That one was kind of reminiscent, but yet slightly amusing. And then you'll have to forgive me. It was earlier in the year. He put out another one, and it had John 5 on it for guitar. So I thought that was damn cool because I always liked John 5. I did. And so, in fact, that's another thing to look for, guys. 90 CDs and early O CDs. The DLR band. Gotta look. Slam Dunk is sounds like a Van Halen outtake. It's that good. I'm like, son of a. But John 5's on that along with a few other people because he was his guitar player for a little while. And I'm like, son of a bitch. So I thought that was good, but yeah, I guess he's done. But I did hear a weird rumor, and I stress weird rumor, that because Alex Van Halen and to a smaller extent Wolfgang are now the holders of the Van Halen vault, so to speak, that there was a request. There was some non-vocal pieces, 2 to 3 songs possibly. And they asked, supposedly, Roth, could he come up with some? We may have sometime, maybe next year. I don't want to speak for them, but who knows? 2022, could we get like the Beatles did with the wraparound with John Lennon? Here's David Lee Roth. They do the wraparound with Eddie. Like maybe the instrumental tracks they're talking about are already done, and then just put Diamond Dave on top of it. I think it could work. I really do. And at least we could get some last DLR era Van Halen. That'd be very cool. Yeah, Mike, I agree. DLR, the DLR version was the best, I think. Although I did like the Van Hagar some. I probably would say I like 5150. I like OU812. I liked the Fuck album. It might have been about it because I don't care for Balance very much. Although, what was it? I liked Humans Being from the Twister soundtrack. That's a fucking awesome song. Was Humans Being, which is on the Greatest Hits, the first one anyway. Along with you gotta if you're a CD guy or whatever. I wish they put it on vinyl if they haven't already. I would buy that Greatest Hits just so I could have what was back at that time. The Humans Being was brand new, and so was. You can't do this stuff no more. And my favorite on that, Me Wise Magic, the return of David Lee Roth. When I heard that on the radio back in '96, I'm like, it didn't even sound like him. I don't know what they did to the processing of his voice, until you heard the middle where he went, "Wah!" And I'm going, wait a fuck minute. And there's only one person I know that can do that, because the beginning almost sounds like a Rush song until you hear Eddie do his guitar. I'm like, oh, what is this? And I'm like, so yeah, Me Wise Magic is probably in my favorite, probably top 10 as far as for Van Halen songs is concerned. But yeah, so
well, on the new album, didn't Eddie Van Halen's son do some guitar work on it?
You talking about Different Kind of Truth?
I think
so. The last album they did?
Yeah.
I think so. I know he did. He was the bassist. He replaced Michael Anthony, which I always thought was kind of bogus bullshit. I have heard from different points of view. Michael Anthony, Sammy Hagar. I think Roth touched on this for 2 seconds. Even Wolfie, though. Wolfie wanted Anthony back in the band. He wanted him back because he was a Van Halen fan. He was like, get him back in here for just that tour that they were talking about in 19, I think it was. That close to being done. That close. Supposedly, all the people were notified there was going to be contracts signed. Irving Azoff was going to be the one running the damn tour. And Wolfie was either going to be the opening act for Van Halen, or he would have done, like, you know how Sammy always had a guitar? He could have done that. Or keyboards. Or whatever. That's how he was going to stay in and not be offensive, to the original lineup. It would have been perfect. And, but that's what it would have been, because I don't even think Sammy was invited for that one, which I thought was weird, because I'm like, if you're going to do a goodbye tour, it was called the Kitchen Sink Tour. That's what they were going to call it. And I'm just like, shit, that it didn't happen. That's just upsetting. All right. That was the news bit. May I be permitted to make myself big, because I've got some show and tell.
Woohoo!
Show and tell. That's the game I play when I'm in the VC. Never said I could sing. That sounds like a really good band, Mike. Sammy Hagar Slacks. But then again, thinking of Slacks, I think of that SNL bit, Garth Brooks, Will Ferrell as the devil, and he goes, I got one that's gonna really rock. And then he goes into Fred wears slacks. I'm like, oh my God. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go look it up. So I didn't spend a lot on these albums. I found them for less than $3. Yeah, less than $3. So $2 to $3 a piece. In no specific order. Okay. So I love Journey. I've always loved Journey, especially the classic Journey. Okie dokie. And I like this guy as a drummer. He was an awesome fucking drummer. When he left Journey, Steve Smith formed a band called Vital Information, which was more of a jazz-orientated and other rhythm-type stuff. This is from 1988. Here's the front. Here's the back. And all of these are gold stamped. That's how I found them, which leads me to think that there must have been some local rep in the late 80s in Northwest Arkansas that was an Epic or Columbia record. But for inside information, I don't know any of the names, but Lenny Castro was on here, and Lenny Castro's been on a lot of stuff. He currently is the percussionist for Toto, so I thought that was kind of cool. Anybody a Loverboy fan out there?
Loverboy's good.
Yeah, Loverboy is good, especially to hot girls in love. So,
oh yeah.
And of course, they're always working for the weekend, and they like to turn you loose. But the thing is that I didn't even know this album existed. Okay,
turn you loose before you work for the weekend.
So May of '89, Paul Dean puts out a solo album called Hardcore. May of '89. This is the front. This is the back. And of course, there's a neat little promo shit about here. Gold stamp. Couple points of view, though, I want to talk about this one here. I wrote notes. No Talent Hack shows up on track 5.
I know who it is.
And he co-wrote the damn thing. Now I know you're going, who's the No Talent Hack? Oh, hang on a second.
You want me to say his name?
Wait a sec. Don't you fucking say his name. Hi, baby. How are you? Oh, I love you. I miss you.
Hi, Goth Angel.
Yay. She has been the bright spot of my day, honestly. I love her so much. All right, Paul, say it. God, say it.
Bon Jovi.
That fucking No Talent Hack. John Bon Jovi is a No Talent Hack.
But you're the president of his fan club.
Wait. Anyways, so May of '89. So No Talent Hack shows up on one of the tracks. Matt Frenette, who's the drummer of Loverboy, shows up on a track. Brian McLeod, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Brian McLeod is actually, he co-produced this album with Paul Dean, but Brian McLeod drums on most of this album. He is also an original member of Chilliwack. I love Chilliwack. That's a name. That's a Canadian rock band you don't hear too much of. You know who Chilliwack is, right there, Paul?
No, but it does sound tasty.
That's Chilliback. That's
sorry.
Chili the rapper with McCartney. No, now I'm gonna have people all pissed off now.
You're all pissed off.
I don't know. Don't talk to me about
About what?
I don't know. I don't know what I did or didn't do anymore.
Or what did I do?
Is it Bon Jovi? Was that what did it? I trust me. In our household we will not have. There won't be any Bon Jovi minute music because we're halfway there. Pitching on a chair. Brian McLeod, though, like I said, member of Chilliwack and Headpins, classic Canadian rock. Chilliwack is known, at least in the States, in the MTV years, for My Girl, which is an awesome, awesome song. And they're spoofing the movie Casablanca in that video. It's a good tune. You should look it up sometime. Anybody out there?
Baby, I don't give a damn. Or Scarlett or Elvis or...
Frankly, Martin. You gonna eat? Okay. Subway? What are we having? Subway, tropical smoothie. What do we have? Hopefully something good. Yeah, I know you're working. Sweetheart.
And where's mine?
Popped in because she's working till close tonight where she's at. You know what? You know what, Mike? Yeah, I'm proud of you. I'm damn proud of you because I would have bought the copy of Box of Frogs, and I do have both Box of Frogs albums. Paul, do you know who Box of Frogs is?
No, I do not.
Box of Frogs. There was some weird legalese things going on. Box of Frogs was several members of the Yardbirds in the 80s. You see, Jimmy Page owned the Yardbirds name, and I think that's the reason why at that time that they couldn't use it. So they went with Box of Frogs. They're good albums. I really actually like them. I think they also have been reissued on CD at one point or another too. So next one here from the hair metal years.
All right.
From 1989. Never heard of this band either. I have not had a chance to listen to it. No Shame. No Shame. And it says, Good Girls Don't Last. And of course they got nice little nice little cover. They're all in leather, and she's, tattoo and but I mean, there really isn't very much here. It does say here, I'll tell you in my radio voice, produced by Rick Brode, who produced Poison and Joan Jett. The album features plenty of metal hard rock, No Shame, Good Girls Don't Last, and several more melodic sounding tracks. Cheater and It Could Be You. Anywho, at the end of it here, it says, No Shame delivers rock and roll with a message. Good girls go to heaven, bad girls go backstage.
How much did you pay for that one?
2 doll hairs.
It is going right now, used for $12.54.
Now, half of the band ended up. The only other thing they did, Ron Keel's Fair Game, which was when Keel wasn't around, he tried using a different name. They did a CD in 2000, and half the band actually shows up to do that. And then Jackie Lynn, who is the lead singer of this band, in '91 went to the Fuzz Tones and sang on a couple tracks for Fuzz Tones. So no shame in having no shame. See what I did there? All right. This one is going to be half interesting to me anyway, because not only have I never had a copy of this album, but sorry about that. The thing is that I love this band. I've always loved this band. When 1984, Perfect Strangers came out, which in my opinion is still one of the best albums from Deep Purple to ever come out. 3 years later, in January '87, House of the Blue Light came out. And I have heard a couple tracks off of this already, and I don't think it was that bad of a record, but it wasn't Perfect Strangers, Deep Purple, okay? It kind of went down a notch, maybe a notch and a half. I like that it had the Record Bar sticker. Hey, it's on sale for $7.99. I think, help me out here, anybody. Record Bar East Coast? Was that an East Coast chain? Leftover. Oh, yum. I love leftover pizza. I'm going to be making a pizza in a little bit. Home run in sausage. And then, of course, it's got the blurb. Call of the Wild was one on here that was done. So was what was the other one? It was called Bad Bad Attitude was another one that was off of here too. Mitzi Dupree is quite interesting. That is a song, if I remember correctly, about a whore or a call girl of sorts or something. But really nice to actually have this in the collection too.
By the way, Record Bar was founded in Durham, North Carolina.
Oh, okay. So yeah, East Coast. Thanks, Paul.
Yeah.
So
no problem. I'm here to help you.
And Randy also says Southie. So good. Maybe they were on the whole entire thing today. Mike, what did you get for Deep Purple? What'd you get? So, all right. So I went and sold a box of albums. Now we're getting to the point here. I got some Record Store Day releases from last Record Store Day, which I was surprised the albums were still there. As soon as I saw them, because the guy, this is Block Street Records in Fayetteville, okay? Big ass crate of stuff, okay? When I saw these, I took this as part of the trade deal. I still got some cash, but I had to get these. And I know some of you people are going to probably roll your eyes and go, why'd you get it, Psycho? Fact of the matter is, guys, even though I have them on CD, all right, the thing is, they never made these on vinyl officially. I really wish Rhino or Sundays would have made these. This here is Monkey's Missing Link Volume 2, which was released in '90. This was originally released on CD and cassette in 1990. Volume 1 was the only official vinyl release back then because it was '87. This is, of course, from Friday Music. I have heard spotty things about Friday Music, but because in essence I paid for it, but I didn't pay for it. So I did some time saving here. Ooh, okay. Cheese pizza. I love cheese pizza. You love cheese pizza out there, Paul? What do we got? You like cheese pizza?
I like cheese and bacon, a bunch of bacon.
Yum. If I'm gonna have a cheese pizza, and my Sweetums knows about this, I put a little pinch of salt, not too much. And if I've got some Tabasco or Louisiana hot sauce, I'll put about 2 or 3. No, that didn't look right. But the point is that that's what would go on. So I know some people wanted to know what color vinyl variant did I get. I just opened. I did not look at this for time's sake. Let's find out what colored vinyl that I have.
White. Oh,
Dreamsicle Orange. Dreamsicle Orange. And,
or called Halloween.
Yeah, or for Halloween, yes. Which is my baby's favorite holiday, is Halloween. Well, she loves holidays, but just I can't wait. Yeah, I know. My little pretty. I can't wait for us to have our first Halloween because she knows what costume I want her to wear.
You know what a sausage stuffers union calls it.
Excuse me?
It's a bad joke. It's okay. The punchline is Halloweeny.
Yowzers.
That's what a butcher calls it.
Yeah, instead of Dick in the box, it'd be Dick in the pumpkin. Okay, no, I don't think so. So that was one. So I showed you volume 2.
Nice.
I have the original volume 1, and then this was right behind that too. Yes, from '96. It was the last one they did. Monkey's Missing Link Volume 3. I like the pictures on these. I do. Now, Volume 3, they started to slightly scrape the barrel a little bit, but there's enough on here for substance and some really cool TV version type stuff, like Midnight Train, and you got the single version of She Hangs Out, okay, which is it's way different compared to the Pisces Aquarius album cut. Previously unissued alter mix of Love to Love, Zor and Zam, the TV version from that. This is how much of a nerd I was. Nope, it didn't. What? I'm lost. I'm sorry. But Halloween, yes. So this is I was a nerd when I was a kid in the 70s, and I would take my tape recorder. And I knew the episodes by that time. So I knew what songs were going to be in it. And I had that tape recorder ready right by the speaker, and I pressed record on some of the stuff, like the TV Zor and Zam version. All the King's Horses, which was an unreleased Monkees song, and it was one of them. Through the Looking Glass, I think, ended up being on there too. Different version. Apples, Peaches, Pumpkin, Pears. So I had that's the only way, the original She Hangs Out, the original Valerie. I had all this on a blank, shitty Sertron tape. So, oh boy. Yeah. So, all right. Anybody want to guess what, once again, color variants. Anybody want to guess what this one is?
Red?
Red. You're going for red. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see. Oh, unfortunately, you're wrong, but I like this.
Oh, wow.
70s,
hello.
Midnight Blue. Well, Friday music. It's not Sundays. I wish it was, because now they went off and supposedly took these from Upsea. I like it when people play games. Lisa guessed green, but that's okay. I'm just glad to have these damn things. I really, really am. I have been, I wasn't sure. Lisa knew I had all kinds of people I was hoping maybe, but I honest to God, when the day after Record Store Day, I'm going to make myself small. So when Record Store Day came last, I went off and I simply said, "Hey," I called him. I said, "Did you have him?" He goes, "Yes." And between that time and the next day, I unfortunately had some car issues, and that obviously was more important than getting 2 records. And so I had to tell him, I appreciate your generosity in holding them for me because it already was past Record Store Day, so he could do that for me. And I just simply said, I'm sorry, I'll have to let him go. I said, because I had unexpected car trouble. And so he's like, well, thank you for telling me that. And it's okay. Because if it turns out that anything changes in the next few days, call me and we'll see. So I didn't expect him to have him weeks later. I'm like, holy crap. So that just, it's nice. It's pleasant. And like I said, I have the material, obviously on the CDs. It's nice to have on vinyl.
Remember Ed, my friend, works at the Friendly Bookstore?
Yes.
Okay, he likes vinyl because all the pops and hisses.
Mm-hmm.
It's soul of the album, of the music. I get it.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Okay, it's okay. So I mean, obviously, vinyl is part of my childhood, but I like the warmth. I can feel the warmth, and it's really fun. I need to get a new set of headphones. I don't have any. Mine are shot, and I'm talking about the old radio type cans of headphones.
These right here. Hey, Paul.
Right. And so the thing is that I remember, like, okay, my first headphone moment with my stereo. Oh, hang on a second. Before I say that, here comes our next guest, ladies and gentlemen. Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Elisa.
Hello, everybody. Are you getting a new Davy Jones release from Record 7A?
Okay, wait a minute. I did not. How come you actually found 7A that I somehow missed in news?
Well, someone sent me something about a new Davy Jones release. I think it's live. Let me see. It's a live album. Let me look it up real quick.
Oh, if it is the triple album live in 81.
It's live in Japan, 81
Yeah.
and 82.
For some reason, and this is fine, I'm the one that's been sharing all those again through 7A. But yeah, I have that. And I have Mickey's albums, and then from the Live 82, and then I went and got the CD bonus tracks because there was a shit ton of bonus tracks on the CD releases for 7A. But hang on a second.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool, but
yeah. Oh, hey, listen, I'm going to tell you something, Lisa. I recommend both of those live sets. If you are a solo fan, Monkeys fan, I would say, hey, look, Kevin's here doing. It's nice. Well, you know what, Mike? Here, I'm gonna show his comment here. He says here, I'm about excited about the Monkeys. I gotta probably have a colonoscopy, probably sometime early next year. So yeah, I would rather be listening to Monkeys music than having to have a scope up.
I'm gonna be really honest with you. The Monkeys are way more exciting than a fucking colonoscopy. That's all.
So you can say, hey, we're the Monkeys, but not, hey, shove it in my butt.
I mean, whoever went for colonoscopy and said, whoa, that is so much fun. Getting someone to put something up my butt to find out I have cancer. No.
But they don't buy you a drink first either.
No, I'm going to have to probably eventually do that eventually. And it's,
Hey, Paul.
Yes,
At
sir.
Walmart, they have the Monkees, I believe, vinyl for $11.88. It's called the Monkees Christmas Party.
Vinyl we got for 11.88.
Yeah, $11.88.
I'll pull
Really?
the trigger and get one because
Yeah.
I want that on vinyl.
No,
I've
I'm
got
sorry,
it.
it's a CD.
Oh,
Yes.
you got me all excited.
Yeah, because I don't have it on vinyl. I just have it on CD. And the thing is that is such a deceptive album in the name. Because yes, you've got all four of them solo doing shit. Not one song is there more than one monkey on a song. Seriously.
So it's all solos?
It's all solos except for if you got the Target edition. Okay. If you got the Target edition, which I did because I knew about this, you get 2 extra tracks. But Paul, I'll tell you that I went to the Target just in the last week to look for something, and they don't have that. So you probably just want to get it from Target, like online. If you
Yeah,
want,
I bought
don't
the
want
Target edition.
the two extra tracks is them doing Ruchi from the TV show, where it's all 4 of them, and then the 1976 fan club single of Dolenz Jones Torque doing Christmas is my time of year, which is a good track. I like that one too.
I don't
Hey,
know where my
I have a
copy is.
story.
Okay.
Okay. This lady got in contact with me this week. I guess I dated her, I guess, grandma back in the 80s.
Really?
And yeah. And so the reason she knows me is because she would talk about me, if I remember correctly.
Oh my.
But here's the good thing. She sent me photocopies of no.
Oh.
Read that.
Oh, hang on a minute. I'm gonna make you big.
Ooh, nice.
So she was at that gig?
This is the gig I started at.
So what date is that?
This is back in 1983.
Okay, can I ask you something?
Sure.
So 83.
Mm-hmm.
How long were you on that tour?
6 months.
Was at that time, because this would be a stretch. Was Don Brewer or Craig Frost from Grand Funk in that lineup by then?
No.
Okay.
But she gave me a newspaper clipping from it also. So I'm trying to remember who it. So, it's Michael Bolton that opened.
Oh no, I know what you're talking about. Michael Bolton left Ball and Jack at that time, attempted to be a solo artist, and the first album that he made, which I think was that tour, by the way, is the only one that you will ever get any rocking Michael Bolton, if you can imagine. If you can't, the single, if I remember correctly, was Fool's Game, was the single off of that album that MTV was promoting.
I got something to say real quick. This Bruce Jr., we get it. You like Back to the Egg by Paul McCartney. He keeps posting about Back to the Egg. We get it. We get it. You like Back to the Egg in London Town. I do own London Town on vinyl. We get it.
I really wish they would go and
I was gonna say, how are you supposed to live without Michael Bolton? Sorry, I was just trying to make a funny joke. I don't either.
Yeah.
How are you supposed to live without Bon Jovi?
Listen,
my mom loves Michael Bolton. He is a mom magnet.
If Michael Bolton and John Bon Jovi did a duet album for any apparent reason, you remember the good old record burnings? That would happen.
It would be like John Bon Jovi. It'd be like John Bon Jovi and John Tesh doing an album together. That would be a record
Who said
break.
they didn't? Oh, who said they
knows?
didn't in secret?
Who knows? Who knows? All
John
these
Tesh.
easy listening people
Ugh.
getting together.
Oh, John Tesh. Yuck.
Oh yeah, John Tesh, man. I don't even know when I first discovered John Tesh, but
Well, the just part of the 80s, just give you some information. Okay. So MTV, or I wouldn't say MTV, the original VJs of the birth of MTV, Nina Blackwood and all those folks, every year they do a 80s cruise.
Right.
So they get all these 80s bands like Duran Duran, the one that you don't like for Bon Jovi,
Yeah.
and other ones like that. And my dream has always to go to one of those, but then I seen the price. It's not cheap.
Right. None of those rock cruises are.
Average
Yeah.
$3,000.
How much?
Average 3,000.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about what I saw too. The only one I would have made not anymore, the Kiss cruise. But a few years ago, like I would have gone Ace and Bruce Slick showed up. That one I would have liked. So, I mean,
Because they're going to have John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band.
Oh, good Lord.
They're going to have ABC,
Are
Berlin.
they going to have the look of love?
Repeat that.
Are they going to have the look of love? And they're going to shoot that poison arrow?
Is that Berlin?
No, that's ABC.
ABC, probably.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
See,
That's a good song.
With Berlin, you know, would they be able to take your breath away? Were they riding the metro?
No.
Or
See,
like
I got all
they
kinds
take your
of
breath
shit.
away when you get hit with a poison arrow.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah. And they're going to have the Human League,
Yeah.
Belinda Carlisle, and
Right.
Jungle Love, the band from that.
Steve Miller?
Yeah,
And
you're
Dire
gonna,
Straits.
yeah, you're gonna have them singing "Don't You Want Me, Don't You Want Me, Baby" as everybody's trying to get in the.
I know the answer to that one.
What is this? Hey, guys, Bruce Jr. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. I ain't putting this up anymore.
I think Bruce Jr. is a little out of it.
I'm not hating on you, Bruce Jr. I understand because I know every stream he does mention about and you know, believe
I gotta
me,
ask a question. I gotta ask a question, Bruce Jr. Why are you always talking third person?
That's okay.
This is
The
just
Rock, the Rock does.
Oh yeah, The Rock.
You jabroni.
Oh, The Rock. The Rock's a horrible actor. I'm sorry to anybody that's a fan of.
Can you smell?
I pity the fool. Oh, wrong one.
I don't.
I'm on the Target website. I'm on the Target website, and they're releasing a lot of Christmas vinyl, exclusive Christmas vinyl, and I'm hoping they do one for Frank Sinatra because I want that one Frank Sinatra Christmas album. And how many different variants of the Christmas Charlie Brown do they need to do? I swear.
Really?
I have a green variant that I paid $12 for on Amazon, and now they're doing a gold one. They're doing a splatter green. I'm like, overkill.
With bits of Christmas tree, Santa's blood. It's the Santa's blood mix.
I mean, it's a fantastic album. It's a fantastic album, and Vince Guaraldi is, very talented at what he does. But how many variants do we need?
I have a message I have to give. Goth Angel, required watching for Halloween time is Great Pumpkin.
Yes.
You have to sit down and watch Great Pumpkin, Charlie.
And Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
You got to.
I'm
Also,
talking
you got
about
to
Halloween.
watch. You also got to watch How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I saw that. That's a classic.
That's right.
Yeah.
Aren't you going to arrest me? Blind
And then
me?
you gotta watch the most classic Christmas movie of all time. That is Die Hard.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
Christmas film.
Ernest Saves Christmas.
Yeah, and then of course you gotta watch The
What did you say,
Griswolds.
Paul?
Ernest Saves Christmas.
Oh my
Okay.
God, it's been a while since I've seen that one. That's a hilarious.
If we're going to watch Ernest Saves Christmas, then we have to, this is the progression, we then have to watch Kiss Saves Christmas.
Oh, do they have that?
They should. I'm getting tired of
They
this.
should.
They need to make it.
Yeah, or you can watch that god awful Christmas movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, where he's trying to get that toy for his kid or
Jingle
something.
Yeah.
all the way. That was a shit movie.
It was called The Terminator, right?
Yeah, or you can watch Elf with Will Ferrell. Oh my God.
Santa, I know him.
Oh yeah, but that's a funny movie though. I gotta give props to that. That's a funny movie.
For Christmas and for Halloween, you have to watch Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park.
I'll look that up.
No, I've seen it 3 times. I'm done with that. I saw it back in '78. I saw it again at a Kiss friend's house, and then I have it on Kissology. I don't want to see it anymore. I just
Ooh,
don't.
I kind of need
Although
to get
it's
this
funny.
album.
I wish Mystery Science Theater would spoof it. I'd watch it again because it
Yeah.
deserves a good spoof. And finding all the boo-boos, the
Yeah.
little goofy goofs that you gotta.
1978.
Yeah,
Phantom of the
I'm aware. I'm aware, Dead Wax. I left so many good albums at the thrift store. Yeah.
Literally, you would think MST3K would spoof it. Oh,
Yeah, no
and
kidding.
the great Pumpkin Charlie Brown by Robot Chicken.
Oh my god, I love that Robot Chicken bit regarding that.
Yeah.
That is like one of my favorite bits.
Yeah.
For Robot Chicken. I was watching one. Actually, what's really funny is I've been showing my grandkids like PG version clips. You know, because they're gonna be 5 and 9. You know, so I showed them. They like the Baby Alive doll one. That one's like my favorite. I laugh every time I show that one. But the one I tripped on a couple days ago had to do with Barbie, and like it's 2.5 minutes long, but it was like it explained pretty much all the soap opera type bullshit that you ever could have seen in your whole life, and it all went around how Ken was cheating on Barbie with all these other Barbies, and then all the other Barbies went off and told Barbie, you're my long lost twin. Get it? Because they're all look the fucking same. Then it's just like it all just kept turning, and I'm going. And of course, the background music was da da after everything, and it just made me laugh. It was just so stupid. Batman. I showed the Shawshank Redemption type one where Morgan Freeman's doing the voiceover for Joker. When Batman thought Joker went down the sewer pipe, and he was like, no, he was hiding and he kept flushing. So that Batman got all the poop.
Batman.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh my God, Batman.
That's a good
I
one.
used to sing the Batman Christmas song when I was little. I'm sure you know that one.
Batman
Bob.
smells Robin laid an egg.
Oh, hang on a
Yeah.
second. Randy's going off and saying here, you left the damned meat puppets clash Howlin' Wolf, John Lee Hooker, and Dinosaur Jr. And all of them.
Okay. To be fair, I know who the Clash is, but I like London Calling. I'm not a big Clash fan. I don't know who the Meat Puppets is. I don't
just
know
haven't heard him
who.
in a long time.
I don't know who Dinosaur Jr. is. Excuse me if I don't know who Dinosaur Jr. is. And Howling Wolf, I do know who he is, but I wasn't gonna pick up albums just for the sake of picking them up to have them sit in my collection for many years and not have me play them. You know what I mean? The albums I pick up for my collection are albums that I know I'm gonna listen to. And plus, I had to pick up XTC because Rachel, she talks about them 24/7, and my boyfriend was like, "They got a good song on here. You'll like it." So I took XTC home with me. But Dinosaur Jr.
But did you take
yeah,
ecstasy when listening to
no,
ecstasy?
no, but yeah, I'm not a big blues fan, so I didn't take home Howling Wolf, and the
I would
dam
have
looks
grabbed
pretty
that.
cool,
Yeah.
but yeah, but in
Dan's good
hindsight,
too. I would have grabbed.
when you see a bunch of good records, you don't think in hindsight to pick up everything. You just think about picking up your favorites and whatever I left behind there. Someone can have it for their collection. The young kid, he looked very eager, and he was starting out with record collection. He can have that for his record collection. You know what I mean?
Dude,
I left
Lisa,
some behind for the young kid.
Can I ask you? Did
Yeah.
I forgive my ignorance? Did you do a haul video? Is this or are you just describing
I
what
did.
you left?
I did a haul video. And I took Kraftwerk with me because I like Kraftwerk. I like electronic music, so I did take that one. But there were some there that I knew who the artist was, the name of the artist, but I wasn't like very familiar with their catalog and all the songs. You know how there's artists that they're like. Let me think of one that comes off Iron Maiden. I'm familiar with the name of the band. I don't know their catalog extensively. And then of course they had Metallica there too as well. And I gave it to my boyfriend because he's a huge Metallica fan. He's seen them 5 times when they first started out in the 90s. He ditched high school to see Metallica. That's how much he loved them. 1993. He's like, "See ya. I'm going to a Metallica show. Bye-bye, senior year of high school." Yeah.
Just saw him once in '88.
Yeah, he saw them in the 90, 91, I think, 92, and 93. They came out here to California, and he was about, I think he was like a senior in high school and a junior and probably a sophomore in that team.
So all that stuff was in a thrift store? All the vinyl?
All the Goodwill. Me and my boyfriend were like
Goodwill? Shit. I really wish I knew the Howling Wolf and the Hooker ones were. And Dinosaur.
You see, the thing is, we were speculating whose collection it could have been. So 2 things came to our mind. Someone passed away.
Right.
Whether it's a guy or a girl. And the family dropped the collection off of Goodwill. Or a guy got in a really nasty divorce. And he needed to pay his wife back. So he's... I don't know, or maybe he got a wife and she doesn't want to have the record collection at the house anymore. That happens very often. And so she's like, "You dropped your record collection off at the Goodwill, or I'm leaving you." And he had to decide record or the new wife. And he chose the new wife. That happens a lot, probably, right?
Yeah.
The wife makes you get rid of the record collection because she wants a room for the new baby that's coming in. The family. So, yeah, I know. If I could have gone back, I would have picked up probably some more stuff in hindsight. It is what it is.
It's been a little while since I had that good of a find at a
I know.
resale shop. Give me a second and I'll tell you, because it was at a local Salvation Army here actually. If let's see.
That's not something that happens very often, having, like good finds at a Goodwill or Salvation Army.
I found, let's see. So, but I'm sorry, this was like a few years ago because Jess was alive. I brought home a stack this much. And she goes, because she always knows, she's like, shit, more records. And I'm going, but I mean, she didn't really always give me a bad attitude about that kind of stuff. She just would roll her eyes and go, oh, more records. And I'm going, oh, but you're going to want to see some of this. You're going to want to see some of this. But
yeah, everybody's reminding me I should have picked up the Dinosaur Jr. and Meat Puppets. But then again, it probably would have sat on my shelf for a long time. But yeah.
So the first things I showed her was a handful of Cure albums, original Cure albums. And because Cure was like one of her favorite bands, she's like, what the hell? And then I'm like, oh, but I'm not done. So I showed her the Cure stuff. I found, oh God. I found something to do with Joy Division, which really shocked the shit out of me. I'm like, wait a minute. There was some import stuff in here too, right? There was Dropkick Murphy. She liked that stuff. Then I found, I did find some Meat Puppets in there. I found, just like I literally I bought the whole box, and I knew the person behind the counter. She cut me a deal. Some Soul Asylum. One of the coolest things is I found, and I'm still trying to look for it. I looked it up on Discogs, but I couldn't get much of information. I found a copy of Brave Dancers Union, and it was etched on the one side. That I thought was strange. Very, very strange. So
Yeah.
a lot of late 80s, early 90s alt vinyl. I was very happy to have it. Unfortunately, I sold probably some of it. I still have a couple Cure. I got the Etched Soul Asylum, and I think I may have like one or two other things. But yeah, I'll give you all you need is Slim Whitman, ivermectin.
Slim Whitten.
Yeah. Don't worry, Randy. Don't worry, Randy. And it's very true what Paisley says here, that all you ever find at a thrift store is Anne Murray, Gordon Lightfoot, Andy Williams,
Hank Williams Jr.
Redstone.
Hank Williams.
It's very true. Well, thank you, Randy. I looked at the Meat Puppets album and I was like, Meat Puppets? Are they hardcore? So I didn't think about it at first. I looked at it and I was like, is that a hardcore band? I was like, are they satanic? Because the name Meat Puppets. My boyfriend was looking at me like, no. Yeah. I'm still happy with what I found, because come on, you never find Led Zeppelin at a Goodwill.
I gotta watch your video. Well,
I found the Led Zeppelin with the wheel. You know, the Led Zeppelin 3 where you spin the wheel.
Okay. Yeah,
which is pretty cool because the reissue doesn't have that. Yeah.
Guys, help me out in the comments. I know Ludwig did pressings of 2, but I could have sworn Robert Ludwig did pressings of 3. Am I right on this, guys?
I don't know about it. I don't know if he did pressings of 3. I know he did like a bunch of pressings.
Do you have it in front of your face?
Well, let me see what my pressing is. But you know what? I know he did a bunch of pressings of 2, and it got taken off the shelves because they were pressed too fast. So if you find like a version 2 of the Ludwig album, it's worth a lot of money.
I'm not going to lie. I've only knew about the Ludwig maybe in the last 15 years, roughly. I came across one.
Yeah, I've never seen
it was so stomped on by an elephant. Honest to God, cleaning wouldn't have saved it. This thing looked like it was gouged with a screwdriver. I was pissed. I was like, seriously?
You want to know what's my saddest moment? It was yesterday. I found a copy of the Beatles Revolver at the thrift store, used.
Capital? Original?
But the problem is they took off the sticker. They took off. Let me show you. No, I'm not going to show. They took off just the label that tells you what's on the album. They took it all off. And some guy was like, should I take this with me? I go, no, you can't tell. You can't tell if it's an original, or you can't tell if it's a reissue. And I was bummed because you know what? Beatles never show up at a Goodwill. Never. The last time I saw a Beatles record at a Goodwill was 3 years ago. It was Abbey Road, Magical Mystery Tour, which I took, and some other Beatles stuff. Some guy left his Beatles collection at the Goodwill. And Rolling Stone.
Oh, and Stones too?
Yep. Oh, yeah, a lot of Stones. Those things just never really happen at. But this one does not have Robert Ludwig. Nope. No Robert Ludwig on here.
Okay.
So I don't know. That's a good question for someone who's like a devoted Led Zeppelin fan, because I know only that Led Zeppelin 2, from my knowledge, was the one that was pressed by him. And that's the one that everybody, wants to get for their collection. And I've never came across a Led Zeppelin 2. I would love to come across a Robert Led Zeppelin 2, but I never did. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, 15 years only ever came across one copy. And the ones now that I have seen, to me anyway, are ridiculous amounts. I'm not going to pay it. I'll just wait.
Yeah, thrift stores will overcharge for what they think is rare records. Like you'll find Beatles behind a Goodwill shelf, and they'll tell you that, oh, this Beatles album is worth $50 or $60, and the cover is piece of shit. But the Goodwill or the Salvation Army or the Savers, whatever thrift store you have, will think, oh, this is such a revolutionary album. You gotta mark up the price. And then you got this younger collector who thinks, oh my gosh, it's the Beatles. I better buy it, I always tell the younger collectors when I see them, please, don't overpay for your records. Especially you. You see it? You can get people somewhere else.
Excuse me. Okay, there was another one that I see that just popped up. Ludwig also did Houses of the Holy in '73.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah. I love Zepp. I've loved Zepp since look who popped up here. I'd like to bring him up for 2 seconds, please, if allowed. Since it is my show, I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah, you do it.
Oh, darn.
Dude. Paul, I told you briefly about this guy. Michael Pilmer, go sub to this dude's channel. He has gone off and has given a thought for me to investigate more on Devo, because that's what he is. He's a Devo. He is a Devoholic. He likes other stuff too, but that is, how the monkeys are mine. Devo is this man's love.
And Tori Amos is mine.
I think he works for Devo.
He does.
He does.
And he gave away to a super chat winner a set of guitar strings, I think from one of the Bobs.
This is the guy who's telling me about.
Yes. Good night. I love you so much, Goff. I do. I love you.
Good night, Goff.
Yes. If I had $1 for every time I came across.
You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised how they do that. They always overprice Elvis too, because they think, Elvis is unique and that we need to pay a premium price for Elvis.
And people think they're going to be worth a lot of money at the thrift stores.
Yeah, I only own one Elvis album, and it's the Christmas album, and that's all I'm ever going to own of Elvis.
I had one until he stepped it on with his blue suede shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have blue suede shoes. Not by Elvis, by Carl Perkins.
Oh, baby. Oh. Peanut butter
Look at,
banana
look at the love
sandwich.
fest. Look at
Baby.
the love
Oh.
fest in the VC, ladies and gentlemen. So, Michael, what I was getting at is, of course, I'm still trying to investigate into the catalog of Devo because I was talking to Paul about this in a phone call earlier. So I went backwards a little bit, and of course, I think I'm still going to say this, that the mainstream Devo stuff is probably my favorite. Their version of "I Can't Get No Satisfaction," in my opinion, is so killer. I love, of course, the Stones' version, but I'm still. You'll have to forgive me. I'm not good with members. The drummer on that track, when I saw it live on Saturday Night Live, and then I saw the video and I heard the studio, he's like a machine. He does not screw up, and it's just like simple, but it's not simple. It's not simple to keep that rhythm going, and I'm going. The whole song is so fucking awesome. And then MTV is how I saw Devo. So that one and Whip It, I've always loved Whip It. I heard it on the radio before I saw it on MTV, and that video, I'm just like, oh, okay. And then beautiful world, if I remember correctly, I love that one too. And then
I seen them on MTV before I heard them on the radio.
okay, all right. So for me, I remember seeing that SNL appearance in '78. And then I remember when they were on Fridays, Uncontrollable Urge, and they did some other ones too. I think they did Whip It too, and Uncontrollable Urge, and then something else. But I liked them. They were different. And of course, the flower pot hats and all the other things. I'm just trying to investigate more into the catalog more. I've liked what I've heard so far. I'm Devo ignorant, but I did, like I said, I heard of a couple songs from them when I
Aren't they from Ohio? Isn't Devo from Ohio or something?
Michael, is that
Devo?
right? Are they from Ohio or where are they from? I know they got started in the early '70s. That's what I do remember.
I'm thinking they might be from the same place as this other band that I listened to. Let me look them up.
Yeah, see, you yeah.
Yep. They're from the same place.
Randy says Ohio. So good. So Ohio has got a lot of awesome.
Oh, yeah. They're from the same place as the Black Keys.
You should look up their hardcore Devo albums early. Okay, that's that. Okay, right. Thank you. Because I remember reading an article and they brought up a little bit about this. Good. I will do that. Hang on a minute. I'll write it in Mr. List here because I do keep a list.
So Devo used to be hardcore, or is hardcore as hard rock?
I don't know. I'm not. Michael would know this answer. Michael Pilmer, in my opinion, is the Devo expert. Just like I'm not going to pat myself on the back, but I will today. I mean, I cannot really declare myself a Monkees expert. That would not be me. That would be Andrew Sandoval or any of the high-powered collectors.
Yeah.
But I am between an amateur and an expert. I don't know it, but Michael is a Devo expert, and I'm not kissing his ass. I think that's honestly the truth, and he works for him, and he knows a lot more of the minutia. There's a good Scrabble word for you, minutia. When it comes to that, it's noisy and a bit offensive. That never bothers me. Oh, good. Noisy.
Thought it meant spreading manure.
Akron, Ohio, huh? That's where we go. So hardcore Devo, I have got that on the list. I would love to actually. I saw a clip, Michael, from Riot Fest in Chicago, nevertheless. And I'm from northwest suburbs of Chicago, and I know what Riot Fest is, but I'm not up there, so I don't get to keep up on everything. Michael was right when I said I wish Devo would come and play, if not Northwest Arkansas, I wish they would play Tulsa or Kansas City or Little Rock for that matter. But the audience just isn't quite there for that. But I would love to. I would love to catch them once. I would love to see the act. I really, really would.
Amazon has a CD called "Hardcore by Devo."
That must be what they're speaking of. So I mean, I've got that written down here, and I'm going to look into that because I really do want to. I like trying to learn things. And Lisa, I think you brought up craft work earlier. Now,
Yeah, I got some craft work at the thrift store. I had to. I love
oh,
electronic music.
see that's I'm envious of that, Michael. I've never been to a Chicago music festival. Okay, the closest festival that I ever went to was the Monsters of Rock in '88, which of course is a total different kettle of fish. But yeah, craft work though. My friend Martin was huge into craft work. Okay,
Yeah.
I think he might have dabbled in Devo too, but Kraftwerk was his favorite band. Uh,
Ah,
that and he really did fall in love with the element of krautrock. That's what they call that.
yeah.
He liked. I hope I got this right. Can. I think Can is from Germany, and I
Yeah,
remember
Karen is
he
a
had
psych
Can.
band from Germany.
And I've never heard any Can. I'll admit I'm ignorant on Can.
You should look up Karen. They're very good. They're very good.
There's being 54 years old and able to do a lot of stuff. The one thing about us in the VC, oh, I'll have to, Randy. I forgot. I thought I heard he did some behind the scene. I haven't had. There's just my time has been. I am. You know what I'm
Yeah.
guilty of, guys? I'm guilty of not being able to organize my time right. Whatever I think.
Yeah.
So much to do.
Yeah.
You're doing good.
So the thing
Yeah.
is, craft would be awesome too. Love the Tour de France official
Yeah.
soundtrack.
I'm into all that weird electronic shit. That's just me.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, by the way, that Devo Hardcore or Hardcore Devo, I guess it's 2 albums.
Oh, good.
And Amazon has it in vinyl.
How much is vinyl or CD?
Give me a second. Let me get back over there.
Please and thank you. I don't mean to be bossy.
No problem.
Not
No
trying
problem.
to be bossy.
The vinyl's $25.99 and CD is $28.99.
The vinyl's cheaper than the CD. I'll pull the trigger on the vinyl, but I want to listen to it.
Audio cassette's $30.
That's expensive for a CD.
Okay, you know what? I'm sorry, guys. Okay, I really am. I don't really understand why the cassettes are coming back. I think it's going to be short-lived. I think it's going to be short-lived. Cassettes were good in the 80s and 90s for the people that had them in the cars. That was me. I was a cassette buyer for that reason. Did I play cassettes at home? No. I played CDs at home because at that time cassettes were cheaper for your car stereos. Then it was, hey, CD players are cheaper now. You know, now I like though that Randy goes off and says cassettes rock. Well, I will tell you, I still do have some in the collection. I do. But the only cassettes I really have, hair metal bands that I cannot find vinyl or CD for. I'll keep those because then I have a copy of it. You see, hair metal is one of my weaknesses.
I mean, cassettes are cool. I own a lot of them. I'm not going to go and jump into this whole cassette revival and start buying more cassettes, but I have a few cassettes in my collection, and you know, I'm not going to become a big cassette collector. I don't understand the appeal of them, but that's just my opinion.
There are 2 LP reissues of Hardcore Volume 1 and 2 that are superb, packaging, sound, etc. Michael, I'm a little ignorant in regards to your back history. Did you work on some of the archival material for Devo? I don't remember what you said. I've seen it, Michael. I've seen it probably about 2 or 3 of your episodes. I need to look at it more. But I could have sworn I thought you had some behind the scenes involving with the archival stuff. Just let me know in the comments if I'm right or I'm full of shit. That's okay. And by the way, this is not making fun of his burping skills. Or I can't even do that. I'm like going, whoa. After the first one, I got used to it. I was like, I love it. Anybody can do that. That's good. Now, maybe I need to be the farting VC. No, nobody wants that. I don't even want.
I got an announcement to make here.
Oh,
I
see,
got an
good.
announcement to make here. I am going to buy Back of the Egg to shut up Bruce Jr.
I love it, Michael. I
I
love it.
I will buy wings Back to the Egg just to shut him up.
I will buy a copy of Back to the Egg so that I can get closer to my salamander.
I mean,
I don't get
I
it.
mean,
I'm good.
I mean, I want to get Band on the Run by Wings, but I'm not a big Wings fan. But yeah.
Oh, it's buffalo wings.
Wait a second. Wait a second.
Oh,
Oh my.
oh my God, a farting pressing. Does it smell good or does it smell bad?
That sounds like
Do
one
we
of
want to
the
know?
new Pinchloaf albums.
I smell spam.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I know that they brought in for a track. God, what the hell was it called? I think it was called Clear the Air. That was the track. God, I
Oh,
got so many PU Pinchloaf albums. I'm trying to remember what one
I
it
know.
was.
I bought their last album. It's called I'm Constipated. Help me
Oh,
out.
isn't that something? That record is fantastic. It's just too
I
bad.
know. And then their first album, I ate something bad and it gave me diarrhea. That was a good one.
Okay.
I'm just being funny. I'm just being funny with
Now,
the food puns.
before you guys Google PU Pinchloaf, okay, I'm just gonna let you know PU Pinchloaf. It's my fault. I need to make a Discogs page on all the. They have made over 35 albums since 1969,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen. PU
Really?
Pinchloaf, the armpit farts on record. That's great. I can't do that. It just
What's
doesn't work.
what's their best album? PU Pinchloaf.
Royal
Like
Flush.
what?
Royal
Royal
Flush
Flush?
is the best album. That came out in '74.
Buy a
And the
Tidy Bow
original-
Man.
Yeah, in the original pressings of Royal Flush, the original cover was
Or the original
Queen
Flushings.
on the toilet. That got
Oh wow.
that was like their butcher cover almost, because that one it lasted a couple weeks, and they're like,
Yeah.
and of course the European arm of the record company they were on, which was an offshoot of Vertigo, they were like going off and saying, no. That Buckingham Palace was already going to sue PU Pinchloaf. And so they're like, okay. So they put a paste over, at least until they could make a record
Oh
cover.
yeah, I remember buying that album. I
The
flushed it
paste
down the toilet.
Right. The paste over was called the manhole cover because the manhole cover was off. You see a dude's hand sticking out of a manhole cover with a Royal Flush poker hand. That was the second version, and that was the rest of it. But if you've got a cover and you don't heal the second state, it's a little harder to find, actually. There's a street light for part of the cover, and you look for the image of like the beginning of the water closet. That's what you're looking for. If you find one, leave it alone. It is rare.
Yeah.
So
Word
rare.
on the street that Macamania has every variant of PU Pinchloaf's album.
Hey, Paul.
Yes, sir.
I gotta go.
Oh no.
It's dinner time.
Okay.
Bye.
What are we having?
Tonight we're having a fake tuna souffle.
More for
Ooh.
you.
Pretty much it's macaroni and cheese with tuna with breadcrumbs on top, baked.
More for you. I mean, I've had what you're talking about. God. All right. I know I should really get into tuna so I could lose some fat ass weight of mine. But the only tuna I like, truthfully, is the albacore tuna in the pouch. The lemon pepper.
I eat
love
chicken
that
of the
stuff.
sea. So. Or chicken of Beaver Lake.
There, Paul, just remember something, okay? As we sign off for you.
What's that?
You can always tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish.
And you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose. Love you, man. Take
I
care.
love you too. Yeah.
I'll talk to you through the week.
Yeah. Oh, hey, before you leave,
Yeah.
for everybody, I'm not leaving yet, but I probably will within the next 15 minutes. Next week's episode will happen, but it might be a later start. I'll bring it
here.
up. All right. I'll call
I
you.
have no life. I had a life. It was called Walmart.
What am I going to call you? I don't know, but I'll call you. Well. All right. I love you, man. Go enjoy your
Love you. You take care, okay? Bye, Lisa.
Bye.
With bits of dolphin in every tuna souffle.
Tuna soup. I never had tuna soup.
Poor Flipper.
Never had.
He's in the cans.
Yeah.
See, look. Oh, hey, Hudson's here. Hi, Hudson. Hi, John.
Hello, Hudson.
Sorry, I was going off on my Pew Pinchloaf rant. I'm telling you.
It's
they're
okay.
great.
It's okay.
I think they could have opened for Devo. That would have been all right. But
it's
right
okay.
now, of
They're
course,
they're still doing music.
Yeah,
They're still doing music because Richard and his mom bought every copy of their album.
Richard's mom. I'm
Do
kidding.
not start singing. Do not start singing. Has got it going on because it's
We got a thing going on.
yeah.
You know what, Michael? That's funny you bring up the Dickies. Know of the band, never heard the material, never seen any vinyl from the Dickies. I love, okay, Lisa, I'll admit, I would have been the ass that bought all of it. Unless it was duplicate for me. I don't normally buy duplicates of any vinyl I find unless it's because I'll know, like, I have a shitty pressing of something and it's just a stopgap till I find a better. But then what I'll do is I'll buy, if it's a better press, I'll buy the better press and then I will either pass off the crappier one that, that's playable. I don't keep unplayable records in my collection. I will admit, yes, I throw records in the garbage. If they're unplayable, they skip. I break them in half. Yes, I know. I'm a record killer, but it's out of 40 years of record collecting, I think I've only ever done it 3 times, okay?
I've done that, Paul. I've done that where I bought better copies of a record because the other copy I have is, slightly beat up. I admit it. I do that for certain artists, like the Monkees. Yeah. I have like 5 billion copies of Birds of the Bees because why not? Why not? We all do that.
Anybody out there know of a mono original OG Cold Gems Bird Bead Monkey? I'm looking for one. That is probably my top monkey find.
Oh, you should have told me because my boyfriend's cousin found a mono copy of a Monkees album at a Goodwill.
It's only that one though. That's the only mono because I have I have the monos of the first 4. Okay?
Oh yeah, okay. No, he found a mono of Instant Replay, I think.
No, see,
or something.
I
don't remember which one it was, but he found
America.
mono.
In America, okay. Now it could be different in Canada, England, stuff like that, okay. But in America, for Cold Gems, the first 5 albums were made in mono. So Monkees, More of the Monkees, Headquarters. Okay, those 3 are your common monos. Okay, now you start going into Pisces Aquarius in mono starts getting somewhat tougher. It actually is of value, and it's really cool. I found one at a Goodwill. There was my Goodwill find. Let's see, Jess was still alive, so this was a couple years ago. Found it for a doll hair. And I grabbed that sucker, and I already had Birds, Bees, and Stereo, so I left that. I bought Headquarters and Pisces, and I left everything else there for somebody else because I had good copies. So Birds, Bees, Monkees. I am led to believe they only made possibly 25 to 30,000 copies in mono original, okay, because they were phasing out. It was April '68, if I remember correctly, when that came out. So UK edition original, I am led to believe, is a fold down. I think Canadian pressing is a genuine mono. Canada, Australia, and Israel are original mono presses. I'd even settle for one of those till I could get a U.S. press. It's just
Yeah.
they seem to go for a little bit as
Yeah,
well.
I don't have a mono pressing. I just have an original stereo pressing
And I could have
of
sworn,
that album.
but maybe a European monkey collector might know this better. But Head, if I remember correctly, possibly could have been in mono in another country, just not here in America.
Yeah, that's a good question. Ask somebody in our panel. Probably Victor would know.
Now,
Victor's in New Zealand.
that was done in mono. I know that because of the single edits. But other than that, other than that, and as we go along, which were pressed in mono for the 45s,
Yeah.
I just don't recall, a album pressing unless it was overseas.
Yeah.
I'd love to get that eventually. I think, Lisa, we were talking about Friday Music's alternate Head. Thankfully enough,
Yeah.
I found that cheap, so I didn't feel as burned. I'm still glad I got it, but after listening to it, it made me appreciate the original pressing even more.
It wasn't that great. I bought it because I gotta be like a completist for most of the monkey stuff. So I bought it, but Friday Music, their pressings kind of let me down.
Yeah. See, that's why I'm saying I have not listened to these yet because, like I said, I just opened them. I'm nervous. I'll be playing them. I will be playing them probably today or tomorrow. I'm going to play them because I just really wish, and maybe it had to do with licensing. I have no clue. I would have rather at least had a Sunday press. Okay, I wish Sundays would have done it, and I know Sundays still exists, but I'm guessing maybe it had to do with licensing. Okay, I don't know. I just wish they could have done it, but this will do, and I'm glad I got them. So so let's see here. Hang on a second. Come on, my computer's acting slow. Named after the fall sweater clothing. Yeah, known as a Dickie. Oh my God, that's right. I remember that. That shit was semi-popular in the 70s for fashion. I never understood the Dickie. Never understood it. I was like, really? Now, saying that, considering I'm 54, so my thing was the all black pinwheel corduroys I had when I was a kid. So you're talking like up to 10 years old. And when I'd run, and somebody did a TV commercial that made fun of this, which was great because the sound of the raccoons thought it was a mating call and they went after the kid. And I'm like, oh my God. I said, as soon as I saw that, I laughed my ass off because that's what the sound really sounded like. Was if you were running in corduroys back then, it would be.
Yeah, I went and looked up the Head monos. Yeah. And I went to Steve Hoffman Forum, and apparently they said that there really wasn't any mono versions of Head, but they did do a mono version of Instant Replay in the UK, and it was like a fold down. Both those albums like fold down albums.
So
that's what they think. That's what someone said, but
yeah. See, I wouldn't when you start getting into 69 stuff. I said 69 stuff. I remember over on a Beatles forum I was looking at that obviously White Album. I want a White Album original UK mono. Somebody did ask a question about Yellow Submarine soundtrack because it being early 69, and they did say it was a fold down for UK press. So I'm like, the fold down shit, I don't really want those. So let's see here. Mike says he's gonna be 54 in December. That'll be awesome. And Randy says he is at double nickel. He is
Dead Wax.
Randy is.
Dead Wax and Paul. I mean, Randy and Paul, you are not senior citizens.
I really wish I could have met these guys when I was younger, or high school or something. I wonder if we would have got along with all of the different musical tastes we had.
You know what? I believe that Randy would have been a class clown in high school. He seems like the type that just would have got along with everybody. Like everybody would have been friends with Randy because he's just like so down to earth. And Michael seems like he'd be that cool kid that was in a drama class or something. Like, you know, he just seemed like he'd be the kid that kept to himself. And Paul, you'd be the total goofball in high school, probably. Like the
See,
class clown.
that's the funny part about it, though, Lisa. I'll tell you
You seem
something.
like you'd be a comedian because you're
If
funny.
you would have gone back in time to see me in high school, like between 16 and 17, because I graduated at age 17, I wasn't like that at all.
No?
My comedian bullshit, that didn't happen until I was 18 and I was in Christian college to study to be a minister for that year. That's when it all, like the floodgates opened, because I was away from my parents. I actually had a new set of friends, which was all right. But none of them knew me. None of them knew my history. So I created a new history. And that's when I opened up and became this smart ass, loud mouth.
I got a legit question to ask. Why did you want to become a minister, or why did you go to Christian college? Did you say Christian college?
Yeah, I just said that for I went there was anybody from Illinois, Concordia University is a teaching college for Lutheran. I studied to be a Lutheran minister because that's where I was. I can't say born and raised, probably since I was 5. I was a Missouri Synod back then, so I would have. I was too young. I was irresponsible. I was 17, going on 18, and I thought that was what my calling was. And
I can just imagine you. Thou shalt not take those vinyls away from me, Lord Jesus.
So saith the
my
Lord.
records.
And then I went into wanting to be a teacher. And then
I could see you as a teacher. I could totally see you as a teacher. Yeah,
Randy,
Michael. I
you're
kind
right.
of got that vibe.
Ann Arbor is another division. I think they have one in Indiana too. So they have several of them. It's the same kind, same. Yeah, Ann Arbor would have been definitely interesting up there. And with the punks and the freaks, that's cool because even though I graduated in '85, we didn't. I mean, we did have people that liked the new wave and stuff like that. But I think because, like I said, I was an original MTVer watching it from 81 to 85 when I graduated. I didn't like everything they put out, but I missed those years where they would explore more. That's how I fell in line with the Devo appreciation and Headbangers Ball for the metal and stuff like that after 85 in the late 80s. You know, I learned to respect a lot more types of music and genre. Lisa, I'm looking at this, and I think you came in late on this one, so I will tell you that in the next 48 hours, I'm reviewing this, and that's in this box.
What is it?
What's in the box, Jokey? What's in the box? This is
what's in the box hole.
I'm getting there. So this will be an unboxing of the Monkeys Day by Day, second and final edition from Andrew Sandoval.
Ooh,
I
have a book by Andrew Sandoval because he did the concert pamphlets for the Monkeys concert in 2006.
Right.
It was very, very informative. It showed all the things they've done over their span of 50 years. From when they first started on the TV show to when they, all the shows they did in the 80s, the 70s.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Yeah.
I have my reading glasses, and I need to disappear for 2 months so I can soak up all the info in this book. Michael, since you're still on here, can I ask you a question? What would be a good Devo reference book? Is there one out? I'd like to know. I really would, because I read all kinds of different band history, biography, reference type stuff across the board. I wish I had it with me. I just got done. I had an excellent Rory Gallagher book that I ended up giving to a friend. And then I went and reread Last Train to Memphis, which was the rise of Elvis Presley, which really focuses, even though it was written in 94 and it's kind of outdated, but it focused on the son years going to where Gladys dies and he's in the army. And that's like my favorite period of Elvis music. If I'm going to listen to Elvis, was 54 to 58, 59. I like that kind of stuff. But yeah, so I mean, I like learning experiences on this. I know you like your K-pop, Lisa, but I just can't. I can't wrap my head around it.
You know, the thing about that is I never, try to get people to like my things. If you like it, you like it. I've never pushed people into getting to my music stuff.
Right.
That's the beauty of music. One person likes it, another person doesn't enjoy it. So did you get the deluxe version of the book or just a regular
because it's called Paul's Poor and I'm on a budget. I was
Yeah,
surprised to
I
be
know
able.
because it's expensive. That's why. If I was
Yeah,
to spring for the book, I would have gotten the regular one.
Right. I got the $75 soft cover, but it's
Yeah.
140 pages, so I really can't wait to dig into this.
I mean, he is good at what he does. He's the historian of the monkey, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Somebody brought up within the last 48 hours, actually, that supposedly, and I don't know how true it is, there is a super collector that actually has, I do not know if it's a complete 69 concert show, but supposedly there is 169 concert of the Monkees as a trio that was recorded in decent sound. And I'm sitting here and I'm going, someone needs to release it.
Of course, they totally need to release it. I know that there's a super collector in Australia named Eric who has all of this Monkees memorabilia. He's on this. He's on the Zilch podcast.
Love Zilch.
And you know what? I saw in his collection. Yeah. I don't know if you had it as a kid. Yeah, but it probably might have been after your time. But they had the Monkees mask. You could get like a mask and dress up as your favorite Monkees.
Yeah.
And I was like, that looks pretty fun. That looks pretty cool. And then they also have a vinyl. This guy had a vinyl in his collection where you can learn about the Monkees. And you could choose which member you wanted. And it was on a 45. I was like, man, I would love to have that.
Are we talking about Eric?
Yeah, I saw his video on YouTube. Yeah. And I was looking at Monkees collections.
You're right. I love his collection. I've talked with him on Facebook.
He's amazing.
Lots of cool people Monkey fans are. Lots of cool. I agree with you, Paisley. 69 would be an awesome one to hear. And that's correct. That's what I was going to get at. They had Sam and the Good Timers backed them. And the only evidence of that, if you want to catch it, is somebody was smart. There is no video. God, I wish there was.
I know.
Video of the 69 appearance of the Monkees on the Joey Bishop late night TV show. And you can hear Sam and the Good Timers backing the Monkees on that TV appearance. That is about as close. Yep, that's right. The Joey Bishop show. I think I can, if it's okay with you guys, I appreciate the patience that you 9 people here and in the peanut gallery. I do want to bring up, I think I now can be allowed to mention the story. Okay.
Go ahead.
There was an end. I wish Doug Fields was here because he really needs to tell this story. Vinyl Grotto. He came, this was years ago. He acquired some television master tapes from a local defunct television station in Northwest Arkansas. The station ran from around 1969 I want to say it was 69 to 71. I wish he was here to clarify this more. But he came into possession of these. We're talking about these tapes would have been put on a whatever back then and would have been recorded. Okie dokie. He had 2 to 3 of those. And he finally, and I was like the station back then was a split station. It went NBC, ABC programming, because back then you could do that in some of these smaller markets. And I even told Doug, I said, my God, could you imagine, just imagine that one of your tapes could possibly have either the 69 Tonight Show appearance of the Monkees or the 69 appearance of the Monkees on Joey Bishop. And I was praying because it took a long time. He had to go to special people. There would have been rights clearances. There was a little bit of ridiculousness. And finally, the result of the tapes, it was like the Maury show. The results are in. I was praying and we got all let down. Most of it was blank except for there was a news segment of the local news and there was a black and white music segment of a local show that was hillbilly music in nature, which still that's cool because originally that was lost to the elements of time. And because he had those tapes, I want to say it lasted 10 minutes. And I asked Doug, is he going to post this? Is he going to post this clip? And I think he's looking into it. So we may actually get, but I was like, I know it was a long shot, but let's face it. Doctor Who fans know what I'm talking about when in regards to lost tapes. Hey, BBC was everywhere. They found some in China. They found some in Australia. They found some in all these other Canada. And some of these missing episodes that were lost to time were found. So if that stuff can still be found and saved and rescued, I still am praying there's a super collector out there that happens to have not only, you know, that 69 concert audio, but maybe there's even a snippet of, you know, I mean, at least we have the audio of the Tonight Show appearance and the Joey Bishop show for them.
Yeah, we do.
And I like the Glenn Campbell. That one, thank God, got saved. Whenever I see that Teardrop City performance, I love it that they keep flipping the cameras and Mickey's lost because he's looking for the fucking light. And then when he realizes it, he goes like this. He's like, and he goes right in. I'm like going, okay, you ham. I'm like, you know, but they kept flipping back and forth. So that at least got saved. And you can watch that on YouTube, that performance. Johnny Cash. I love the Monkees on Johnny Cash. That one was great with the 9 Times Blue performance, which of course, originally, I guess Nez said he was going to put it on I think it was Michael's the Monkees Present. It just never landed on there. Thank God it was on Missing Link 1, so we got to hear that. Oh, you know what? That would be nice. I'm a Doors fan. I would love to hear. I'm assuming you're talking about at the Warehouse, right? In New Orleans. I think that's what the venue is called. Wasn't that the gig where he like slammed the mic stand into the stage floor and it made a hole and it fell down? Supposedly whoever, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong on this, but whoever ended up getting that building, I could have sworn that they museumed that hole, that supposedly the mic stand is still down there. I would never take the mic stand out of there either. It's like, here's the hole that he slammed the damn. Goes to show you how weak the floors were back in 70. Yeah, last show. Yeah. That's right. That's right.
They're releasing the Doors. Speaking of the Doors, if any of you guys are Funko collectors, they're doing the Doors Waiting for the Sun album with the Funko Pops of the Doors on a record. The Doors members. That's gonna be $50. And then they're also releasing one of my favorite Doors performances live at the Hollywood Bowl. It's gonna be on a big screen.
Oh,
so
wow.
that's gonna be really cool. I've seen that so many times.
Is that going to be a Fathom event?
I
Because
think
we
so.
started getting those here in Northwest
Yeah.
Arkansas.
So yeah,
I'll
they're
have to
gonna do
look.
it for like I think one day in November.
Ooh, I'll have to look. I'll have to look because like okay, Rogers started doing it a little bit where I live, but if it's Fort Smith, I'm not driving down there. I'm sorry because Fort Smith is a haul for me. It's like 90-minute down there, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
you
I'm
don't
not
want to
doing
drive
that.
all the way out there.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah, I feel you because
did
most
not
of
know
those things
that.
will be far.
Hey, look at this trivia. Nice trivia note. The shirt Morrison's wearing on the cover of Waiting for the Sun belonged to Glenn Buxton from Alice Cooper Group.
Cool.
Did not know
Yeah.
that. You know, I love the Doors, but I would probably say Waiting for the Sun is, you know, and the first album are probably my favorites from that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they got some. I like Morrison Hotel. I like the Soft Parade, Waiting for the Sun, and I love the first album. The first album is one of my favorites of the Doors. Yeah.
I have a mono first album, and it was kind of funny. I got it for $3 at an estate sale here in town. That was probably the best album I got. I got that. They were $3 a piece. So I got that. I got Kiss Originals second pressing, though it said. I finally got a first press, but I got a second press Kiss Originals and one other album. So I didn't even spend $10.
Yeah,
Bob and
that's
Earl
cool.
Harlem Shuffle. That's what I got from my other album. So, and at that, and I shed a tear at that estate sale. There was a lot of no cover LPs, and would you believe they had both records to Barrel Full of Monkeys?
Wow.
I didn't get it because they were trashed. If they weren't trashed, I would have got it just for the sake that hey, here it is. But I was so
Yeah.
pissed. I'm still looking for that one. But the Doors' first one in mono
Yeah.
was so it was a stereo cover. Okay,
Mhm.
but somebody put from the record company monaural over the stereo because they ran
Yeah.
out of mono covers, and then of course the record's in mono. It sounds beautiful. I got it cleaned up a little bit, and it's nice. That's
Oh
the only
yeah,
mono one I
totally.
have.
Yeah, totally.
Strange
I found
Days.
the
I'd like to find that in mono. And
Strange
then
Days on mono. No, I don't have I don't have a
that's
mono.
tough.
I have a reissue.
That's tough. And then I
Yeah.
do not know why Waiting for the Sun in mono in America is goes for so much because I found out, if I remember correctly, that was a fold down. That one was a fold down in America on Elektra. So I'm like, I don't know why it would have been a fold down, but that's what it was. So I have no desire to get that, but I guess some record collectors
You know, they got to be completed and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Slider? You know what, Slider? It was an okay album. It was an okay album. It wasn't bad. It's just not my favorite.
If I remember correctly, didn't Other Voices, this is a very strange bit, have the Mosquito on it? Because the Mosquito ended up being a hit in Mexico and South America off of that album, if I remember correctly.
Mexico and South America love the random songs.
I found Other Voices and Full Circle both at the same junk shop. Got them for $2 a piece. I could not believe it.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I was right. I just haven't heard it in so damn long. And I remember on YouTube seeing a television performance. God, I can't remember where it was. And Ray was singing. And it was just the trio. And you know what? Ray did a good job singing on that TV appearance. I can't remember what show it was, but you know, I'm glad that they tried. I'm glad they tried. I like the weird rumor for 2 seconds that they wanted to ask Paul McCartney. It's true. The story is true. They wanted to ask Paul McCartney to join. And I'm like, and that only came out a couple of years ago. I can't remember if it was John or Robbie brought that story up, that for 2 seconds I'm going, could you imagine? I can't. I mean, personally, oh, okay, good. Beat Club, thank you. Yeah. Beat Club. That was and you know what? They did a good job on the show for that.
I mean, Paul McCartney does join groups. He did join the remaining members of Nirvana, and they won a Grammy.
I like that song. I like that song that they did together. I thought that was great.
I thought it was great too.
It's just, obviously, bands are supposed to be, the parts are like the whole is supposed to be stronger than the parts. Okay. In this case, it was Morrison's poetry and his enigmatic nature, his Lizard King persona. And the thing is, though, the other three were great musicians. They were. It's just they maybe should have, if they really wanted to stay together. I mean, Ray would have been great as a backup. Like, hey, give him a song or two on every Doors album. But they needed to, if they wanted to keep going, they probably should have found somebody. Oh, hell, I don't know. Who would have been a good one for the Doors, guys? I mean, sure, they maybe could have gone unknown if they could have found a good unknown singer, but
totally.
Who Known would have been great. Yes, Hendrix and Miles Davis were talking. Hendrix and Emerson, Lake and Palmer actually had talks too. Palmer in an interview. Paisley, I actually was thinking Iggy Pop in my brain. I really was. I think Iggy Pop and the Doors. Could you imagine that? I think it would have worked. I really do. At least for an album or two, and that would have been, maybe in an alternate musical universe it happened, or maybe Jim lived. Maybe Jim lived in the 70s some more.
I'm very excited that I found the Doors' first album for $2.
You did
an original pressing.
That's nice. Seriously.
It's not. It doesn't beat your mono, but
I just lucked into it.
Yeah, but you know what? When I saw that album there, it was like $2. Are you kidding me? I just grabbed that album before anybody else had a chance to get to it.
Yeah. Isn't it fun being a record collector and discovering shit you didn't really expect?
I mean, it's fun. It's fun being a record collector and discovering shit. But you know what's the saddest part about being a record collector is when you run out of space and you're like, where the hell am I going to put those records? In my bathroom?
Oh, no. Let's not go to that story again.
I know, but luckily I haven't run out of space, but I'm getting to the point where that might become a reality in the next year. Yeah.
That's why I cull through every couple months. Like every 2 or 3 months, I'll listen to stuff and go, am I going to keep this? Am I really going to need this? And then, I mean, I always find new stuff. I mean, let's face it, more stuff, but I have space for now into my bookcases. I have 1 6-foot tall bookcase. I have my little utility closet, which is about 3 shelves full. I've got, one of those half ones where you put your stereo system on top. I have got that almost full. And then I have a partial shorty 3-foot bookcase,
how many records do you own? How many records do you own in total? How many records do you have?
Well, I would have been able to tell you, if you asked me that last year, I probably would have told you 1,000 albums. I probably would say 600 to 700 albums.
That's a good respectable amount to have. I think anything above,
I'm a sucker for 45s. I really am. I have, I'd say about 50, 78 even. I don't have anything to play them on, but if I find 50s music, R&B and doo-wop and rock and roll, and it's like quarter dollar, $2, you're damn right I'm going to get them, because eventually I'll get something with a 78.
Yeah, I only own 178. I only own 178, and it's a Christmas album of Frank Sinatra.
There you
That was
go.
released in 1949.
See, there you
That's
go.
that's the only 78 I own.
You know, I think I might do a show down the line where I basically show my 78s and try to give some history. I do have a couple blues 78s.
Yeah.
My biggest, well, like, okay, every collector has a fuck up story. One of my couple fuck up stories, oh dear Lord.
Lord save
Yeah.
him.
Well, hold on. No, Bean's comment.
I know, that's why I said Lord save him.
Yeah, in the tank of my toilet. It's cold and wet.
I know. I keep my extra albums in my dog's dog cage. If I don't want him, he can go and have he could go and eat some Barbara Streisand albums for me.
Oh, that'll kill him. But so one of my biggest mistakes, and God, if I could go back in time, I would have fixed this. It was the mid-90s. My second marriage at the time, my stepson boo-booed really bad. He was
What
in
do you
prison.
do?
He did the prison tour for quite a while in Wisconsin, in the state of Wisconsin. If JJ was listening, I could spit out the word Elkhorn. Elkhorn, Wisconsin, he'd know what I'm talking about. But on my way to Elkhorn, Wisconsin, there was a nursing home in Williams Bay, just off the lake. And I don't know why I stopped. Maybe I had to do a bathroom pit stop. Maybe it was, hey, there's a nursing home garage sale. So I looked, and there was, sure enough, it was a small sale, but there was a box of records. There was a box of 78s. And half of the box, this hurts me to even say it.
Let it out.
Were Paramount 78s. Paramount label 78s. Now, for your blues collectors out there, they're going to know right off the bat and want to smack me upside the head. Paramount was the big label in the 20s and early 30s, based out of Port Washington, Wisconsin. All of your Robert Johnson cut for Paramount, Blind Blake cut for Paramount, Charlie Patton cut for Paramount. The thing is these were not blues records. If they were blues records, I would have snapped them up in a second. But I looked at those Paramount labels and I said, gospel. I'm like, shit. 10 cents a piece. My mistake was leaving those there. I probably should have bought.
I was gonna say, why did you do that? Why did you leave them behind?
Because they were gospel. Now, I did not think at that time. Now, this is the 90s, okay? So I don't have 25, 30 years extra experience on me like I do now. I never thought that some of that gospel would have been black gospel, which some of that stuff is soulful.
Let me tell you something, Paul. Gospel is not something that's pressed on vinyl very often. So if you see something like gospel, pick it up. You don't see too much gospel on vinyl.
You're right.
Well, you're right. I don't see too much gospel on vinyl, but
I have an album on the Peacock label from the Dixie Hummingbirds. The Dixie Hummingbirds were a very popular black gospel group. The closest thing, Lisa, that anybody in the music here would know, the Dixie Hummingbirds is on one of my favorite Paul Simon songs. They are the ones singing background to Love Me Like a Rock. That is them singing background. And I love that song. That is probably in my top 5 favorite Paul Simon solo tunes. So there's a record store in Minnesota that only sells 78s. I always find Bill Haley stuff there. Tyler, listen, I'm going to ask you a favor, Tyler. I will. Because if you ever find any spare Bill Haley 78 6, that is the label he was on before Decca. and they're, I don't know, reasonably priced. I don't know how you can get a hold of me. Maybe just give me a message on psyko_DJ@yahoo.com. That is my email personally. I think it's on my YouTube page. You can reach me there. But if you ever find any on Essex, I am looking for. He did a lot more stuff before then when he was a country band. But I am a Bill Haley nut. I want to find every damn record Bill Haley ever did. Greg says Lisa is a big Doris Day fan.
Speaking of Bill Haley, look what I found of Bill Haley at I'll show you at Salvation Army. Look.
Yeah, I'm looking for that one too. That is a Pickwick one, right?
Yeah, that's the one I found because I don't have any Bill Haley in my collection, and I got that for $3.
And that's a good $3. Now, Lisa, that is re-recordings done by the late 60s, early 70s lineup. Now, what that will be, it will be Bill Haley and it'll be Rudy, the sax player. So you have two originals, and then it's whoever was in the lineup at that time frame.
Yeah, I was looking it up online, and it's pretty cool that they reimagined the albums, because my dad gave me a copy of his Bill Haley album on the Sun label, because Bill Haley had some stuff on the Sun label.
Yep, 76. I only found out about that recently, and I would love to find that damn record myself. I thought, wow, he lived to be able to cut a record on Sun, and I thought that was awesome. I want to find, like Doug here, Essex in Green Tree. Yes, Green Tree, if I remember correctly, was before Essex. I know he was on Transworld, he was on Holiday, he was on a few other ones. I want to find them all eventually. I got to meet 3 members of the Rock Around the Clock lineup: Marshall Little, Dick Richards, and Joey Ambrose. I met all 3 of them, and I was a few months away from meeting Francis Beecher before he retired. I would have loved. I've got a signed. It was a Bill Haley in the comic Greatest Hits. It was, I think, put out in 68, 69 on Decca. That's what I got at that time. That's all I had for an autograph for Bill Haley. Now I've got a couple albums, original stuff, but I'm always looking for Bill Haley.
Yeah, Bill Haley is awesome. I think there's a performance of his that I saw on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
It's Bill Haley, Fats Domino, if I remember correctly. It's a Bill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so. It's Bill Haley, Fats Domino, and they have the guitarist, I believe, from the Rolling Stones, Ronnie Wood. And I was watching that, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see the 2 piano players, just playing together, and it's an amazing performance.
I'm wondering if you're talking about the 79, because in 79 he did some London shows. Maybe you're talking about, because that was like the last things he did before. Because I think the next thing I heard is that's the last big known stuff that he did. But somebody went off and said that he possibly could have done some shows, only a handful, in South America. It was either in late 79, early 80. And then that's when the health problems really kicked his ass. The reason why I'm leaving this up here, Tyler, yes, the Jody Mars. I love the Jody Mars. I'm proud to say I have 245s that I have found in the wild, 1 stock, 1 promo. And Now Dig This. Oh, I love that song. That is like one of my favorites from the offshoot of the Bill Haley, the Jody Mars.
I made a mistake. It wasn't Bill Haley. It was Jerry Lee Lewis and Fats Domino and Ron Wood. I get those 2. Those 2. They do similar music. Bill Haley and Jerry Lee Lewis.
Yep.
So I was like thinking to myself, wait a minute, and I got the names wrong. It was Jerry Lee Lewis, but regardless, it was still amazing.
86.
It's still amazing.
86 this past week. He is one of the last few Sun people standing, and I'm glad he is.
Yeah.
Despite back in the 50s marrying his 13-year-old.
Everybody knows about. Everybody knows about that.
If you take that out of the equation, the man was the killer. He really, really was. And so the thing is, I really wish I did have. I mean, I really wish I had some of the Sun era autographs. The closest one, I wish I had a Jerry Lee. The last ones, I'm led to believe, he did do one book signing. He did one, and supposedly those are real. But there is some fake Jerry Lee Lewis autographed books. I don't think Jerry Lee. I don't know if Jerry Lee did that on purpose or it was one of his staff was involved. I'm not trying to. It will say alleged, okay? Because I don't want to get killer pissed at me. And but I love his stuff. The country stuff to me, that's how he got his ass back in the charts.
Yeah, totally.
But the Sun era is always going to be my favorite for him. I like Last Man Standing. I thought that album was great. You know, when he joined up with all the other ones, I think that was great. I would have loved to have met him. I never got to meet any. My personal ass kicking moment, I should have done it. I think, you know, this was back in the late O's. Maybe it was because I had to work later, or because I had all four of my kids with me at that time. Bella Vista, which is only about 20 minutes away drive from here, had a Saturday afternoon fall festival. Who showed up to play the fall festival was Sonny Burgess and his band. And I'm going, as soon as I'm like, and I tried to figure out, he was doing an early afternoon show. So it was Sonny Burgess and his band. And in his band was 2 original members of the Sun era stuff. I had nothing of Sonny's to get signed. I probably just should have went, grabbed my camera and said, okay, well, at least I could take a picture with Sonny. And that's my Sun regret, is I really should have went, because, I mean, Sonny's been dead for a handful of years now. Once in a while, I'll find a CD, and I always check because I'm told he used to sign CDs too at his shows. And I'm just like, eventually I'll find one. I don't know. Yeah, Jerry is the last major 50s rock star still alive. Yeah, because both the Everlys are dead. Little Richard's dead. Oh God, I think all the other ones are. Well, Wanda Jackson for the female spectrum. Wanda's still around, thank God. And she put a new album out this year. But I mean, we've got to give respect to Wanda. I like
Wanda. Wanda's amazing.
I do have a signed Wanda. Wanda in the 70s went Born Again. And I found out she actually did a stop here in Northwest Arkansas. That's why I'm finding signed Wanda Jackson albums. And I found one at a Goodwill for $1 and grabbed it up. So I do have a signed Wanda. I don't know if it's personalized, but I know that she always used to sign the backs of her albums. So that's how I always check the front and back of all the Goodwill stuff, any resale. The shit I found some old school country. I've got some old school country autographs. Wanda, Kitty Wells was another one. Found that for $1. I'm like, okay. God, who else? I got to show this someday in one of my streams. I have a bluegrass program. And my guess is, based on the paperwork that was in the program, this was a late 1970s bluegrass festival. I know Doc Watson's autograph is on there. Bill Monroe's autograph is on this damn program. This dude got lots of, like, in blue pen, red pen. I mean, this guy must have been a backstage involver at least. And there was autograph pages even in this program, and some of them are signed too. I'm like, I can't read some of the autographs, but I know Doc Watson and Bill Monroe signed this program. I don't know if I would ever get rid of it, or if I would. No. You know, I would have to probably get some decent money for it. And I found it for $1. Found it at $1 in my local Goodwill. That was like years ago. I couldn't believe
I only have one country artist in my collection, and I got it for free. Chet Akins. You probably heard of him.
Yep. Great guitar
Yep.
player.
I
Great
mean,
guitar player.
yeah, he's fantastic at what he does, and I found it for free. So I was like, you know what? I can't pass up free, so I took it home with me.
Right.
Yeah, but
What was
yeah. And then
it?
now that I think of it, I have one other country artist within my collection, but he's not really country. I guess you would classify him more as bluegrass, maybe. Sturgill
Yeah.
Simpson. Sturgill Simpson's not really
Yeah, that's
not country.
yeah.
But they list him as country, even though I don't really think he's country.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got his album for $11 on Amazon.
Well, that's
The
good.
vinyl for $11.
I like a little Sturgill stuff. I do.
Yeah.
I do. I'm trying to think here. I got a signed Conway Twitty.
Oh, Conway Twitty. My
10
grandma
cents.
loved that man.
10 cents. I found that. I found Hank Thompson and his Brazo Valley Boys. The whole damn band signed the back in orange marker back then. The whole back. I'm like, oh my God. I did the last signed album that I found. Farron Young. He cut an album for a paint company in the 60s, and he signed that damn thing in the back. And I'm like, $2 gone. I'm like,
I'm kicking myself in the foot every day for not picking up that signed Duran album.
how much was it?
$30.
Yeah, I would have got it for 30.
I know. And you know what else I saw that I kicked myself in the foot for not picking up? It was a signed Tim Curry album. I don't know why, but I would have been so unique.
Let me guess. Probably his I Am the Rock album from '79 on A&M.
I don't remember which album it was, but I found it at a record store in San Diego, and it was personalized to a guy. It said like to John or something. Love Tim Curry, best wishes. This is before he was doing the It movie.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so it was unique. And you know why I didn't pick it up? Because I was like, it's personalized. And I'm not John.
That's right, Doug. Sarah Carter Paints. Thank you.
Yeah.
And yes, Chet was awesome. I'm trying to think the last thing that I found in a record store signed. I think I showed it a bunch of streams ago. I found, a signed Paul Carrick solo album before Mike and the Mechanics, or maybe it was when he was on break from when Mike and Mechanics did a hiatus. But I have a signed Paul Carrick, and it's personalized. I got it for nothing because I did it in a trade. When I did some of the album selling, I always got trade. And I used to go through the cheap bins, and I found that damn thing. The only thing that's wrong with it is it's a promo. It's a white label promo and gold stamped. But I think there was a slight, like a scissor cut, like about a 1-inch scissor cut. I don't know why somebody would do that, but that was the only thing wrong with it. But I have the rest of that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that story, Doug, actually. I think you're the one that told me that, Mary Carter pulled the show because Farron forgot to mention Mary Carter Paints until late in the show. Yeah, oops. But, I don't know. I like finding signed albums. If I find them, they're very interesting, especially if you find them in the, on the cheap. My God. But, yeah, that Duran, $30 if it was signed by... If it was signed by all five, you're damn right I would have put the 30. If it was signed by a couple, I still probably would have paid the 30 on it anyway.
I think it was personalized to someone, but at the time I was thinking, do I want to, drop the money? It was Rio. They signed Rio. I was like, don't want to drop the money.
Sure.
I wasn't sure if the autographs were, verified, right? Like for $30, it seems kind of low for Duran Duran, and they're a pretty big band. And I don't think their stuff would go for $30 signed. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's why I was kind of a little hesitant. Because it seemed a little on the cheap side for Duran Duran.
I'll tell you this. That's funny you bring up about the unverified stuff, right? So one time here locally at one of the regular dives I go to, I found a signed Bad Religion, $10. And I said, why is this $10? And he goes, well, to tell you the truth, it's unverified, but the person that the collection we purchased used to go and was in backstage involvement in a certain venue. I cannot remember what Oklahoma venue. And I'm like, I'll pay the $10 gamble. Not only did I get that, but in the same pile, I found a signed Cure, but it was only the bass player. But I gave that to Jessica. I said, here you go. Now you have a Cure signature. She loved Bush so much. There used to be a small little baseball card show in my mall here, but there was a guy that worked backstage at some of the award ceremonies in California. Okay.
Yeah.
I found, and I only paid $10 for this damn thing. I couldn't believe it. When Bush showed up at the VMAs, I can't remember what it was he got Gavin Rossdale to sign it. This was a cue sheet, a video cue sheet. Oh no, you ain't gonna believe. It figures you show up because I'm only gonna be on here for 10 minutes. You want to guess who this is, Lise?
Who?
Good evening, Whitebirds.
Let me. You want to hear a funny story? You want to hear a funny story, Paul? There's supposedly a guy in Vegas who fakes Lionel Richie's autographs.
Does he do it all night long?
He sells them to like pawn shops and thrift stores.
Who would want to buy them?
When you buy one of those, it's stuck on you. You can't get rid of it.
Good pun.
Excellent job.
Oh, Richard showed up. Now the wanker.
Can you give me a minute? Give me a minute. I have to, as the words of Randy, if he was still up here from Dead Wax, I have to go shake hands with the governor for a second. I will be back.
Good evening, Lisa. Good evening.
Hello, DJ. Hello, Trish.
You want top quality roofing?
How are you doing tonight?
So I watched Mazzy's entire auction. They didn't auction off any MJ.
Right. Oh yeah,
I could have sworn he was going to auction off some Jackson. He was talking about it. But you know that Jackson would have gone fast.
Well, nobody would buy it because they're all haters, so that's probably why.
No. You'll be surprised. A lot of things sold in that auction. They had some Steve Miller. They had a lot of Beatles. They had solo Beatles.
Yeah, I saw
some Animals.
Yeah, it's some nice stuff.
A lot of Dylan, and there was a lot of other things at Mazzy's auction that was amazing.
Well,
I tried to get in there for the Animals because they wanted 60, I think, for the Animals, and I didn't get in there in time. Some other person wanted. But yeah.
I'm getting ready for the Stones tomorrow.
That's for sure. Not only did they lose, Cleveland won on the road.
Once, twice, 3 times a forgery. You know I love you very dearly. Once, 3 times a forgery. Okay,
Twice, 3 times a wanker.
Hear the fake Commodores sing real hits that were not.
No. The song is sang wrong. Once, twice, 3 times a wanker. His name It's Richard
Tom.
the Music Mania.
It was a wank house. Jizz all everywhere. Nobody could stop. It was a wank house.
Hello, it's me. You're whacking for.
Well, all I can say is Jim Roethlisberger is
A
bollocks.
lot of those, and I've been able to be a part of teams that win big.
Hey, DJ Trish. What are you listening to, Richard?
Oh, I got this stupid post game on. I don't know why.
Richard, turn off the bullshit.
It's bollocks.
If you turn off the bullshit, Paul's stream won't get blocked.
So,
No one's gonna block this bullshit.
So
Nobody
here's
gives
the
a
thing.
shit about this team. They
I'm
suck.
glad Richard's up here, so he can find out that I'm going to go off and I'm going to be doing some new album reviews coming up. Actually, as soon as I
Cool.
complete them, I'm going to hopefully be getting not only Mason would probably go. I don't give a shit, but I'm going to get the 2 CD disc "Let It Flow" from the Beach Boys because I do want to hear the extra tracks. But that's not the one I'm going to bring up to you. The other one that I will be getting is one of your favorite musicians. Yeah, I have heard you how much you say you really love this guy, and he's got a new solo album out. Lindsey Buckingham, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my lord. Or as I call him, Lindsey Suckingham.
You know, Lindsey.
Richard's a big fan of Lindsey Buckingham.
You know what?
I hate that.
You keep insulting Lindsey, and you're going to end up in trouble. Do 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 do. Ah, ah.
Yeah, you hear what
Richard's reason for hating Lindsey Buckingham is the dumbest reason I've ever heard.
Yeah, did you hear what his latest thing is now? He said Stevie Nicks is still in love with him.
Well, you know what? Lindsey Buckingham is a good-looking dude. I don't care what the fuck you say.
Buckingham? Oh my god.
You know, every time when Richard... This is just an observation, Paul. Every time when Richard hates something, it looks like he's making an orgasm face. And he's like, oh, God.
Oh, God.
He's like in mid-orgasm.
Here's what really happened. Wait a minute, kids. Here's what really happened the night of the Russian.
No, DJ Trish. I'm not trying out for America's Got Talent.
I want to try out for America's Got Talent, Trish.
Why would you be on America's Got Talent, Richard?
Simon will punch you out on stage. You wasted my time, Richard.
You know what they're gonna do, Richard? This is what's gonna happen, Richard. Hello, my name's Richard Dolan. I'm gonna sing Rocket Man by Elton John. Okay, hurry on, sing Rocket Man. And then Richard sings Rocket Man. That was absolutely terrible. Don't ever come back on our show again.
No, actually, I would probably pass out when I see Heidi Klum. That's probably what would happen.
And Heidi Klum is like, Richard, could you please put your thing back in your pants?
I would tell her you should dump that wanker you're with for me.
Richard, that wanker's better looking.
I never even seen that wanker. I don't even know who the host is.
Featuring Richard the Music Maniac as head wanker.
He's always been
head wanker. The Rankin crew.
You know who really?
Oh yeah. Speaking of artists that I have to separate the person from the music, Michael Jackson comes to mind. Because you were talking about Jerry Lewis.
Separated.
Michael Jackson comes to mind. I have to kind of separate the things he did with the younger crowd.
Hey, for him, it was human nature.
I know.
Allegedly.
Human nature.
Allegedly.
Human nature. Why? Why did I sleep with that kid? Oh.
Why? Why was I in Oshby Gosh? Because I wanted to see another kid.
Hey, Lisa.
He
Allegedly.
was a pretty young thing.
Allegedly.
You are not alone. I am here with you. If you're under a certain age, we could be together.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
Oh God, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Can you feel it? Can you feel
Hey, that's a
it?
great song.
Can you feel? You know what? You know what, Beans? That's a good song by the Jackson 5. I do like that song.
You're a hater, Lisa. You're a hater.
Stop the love you said may be your own.
Well, you know what? Now that Macca's got a shaved head, the women might be like, "Oh, hey,
Yeah.
Macca's got a shaved head." They might give him a
Then
chance.
he could go off and say that he's the cousin to Michael Chitlin. Chitlin.
Hey, Lisa, I
fucked
told
that joke up. The dude that did the Shield, kids, and Curly in the Three Stooges movie.
Hey, Lisa, I told you that you were. Lisa, I told you that you were a hater.
I'm not. You know what's a funny thing, Paul? I'm a hater, even though I own Michael Jackson on vinyl, and I've been a fan of his since I was a little kid. How am I a hater? Because how am I? Let me explain this. How am I a hater? How am I a hater when I thoroughly enjoy Michael Jackson's music, but I'm not going to sit here and not, bat an eye to or be silent about what might have happened to these kids, Just because I'm a person that doesn't bat an eye to it doesn't mean I'm a hater. I've been a fan of Michael Jackson since 1988, okay, since I was a little kid. I even have Say on. I even have Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson's song Say on cassette. So before you call me a hater, I am 10 years older than you, and I've been a Michael Jackson fan longer than you fucker. Okay.
How many
Say sounds like it only took 10 minutes to write in a gas station glory hole bathroom. The point of the matter is that song sucks ass.
Paul, I did not buy that song. My dad bought it for my brother when he was
young. You didn't know.
Hey, Lisa, how many?
I didn't know.
Hey, Lisa, how many?
I was given that cassette.
Understood.
Hey, Lisa, how many MJ albums do you own?
I only own one that I need, and that's Thriller.
Case in point.
Yeah, he did beat it. He did beat it. I mean, come on. Think about it, Bean. He did beat it. It was Human Nature. He got with Dirty Diana.
Had one already.
Dirty Diana was Diana Ross.
Everything is going on as far as outdoor recreation. There's a lot.
Who gives a shit about the outdoor recreation? Turn it off.
Turn off the outdoor recreation.
Unless it's outdoor.
I don't have that on.
Richard, you don't do outdoor recreation, Richard.
Here's your outdoor. Wait a minute. Here's the outdoor wanking channel. Richard, the music maniac, is on the 13th green right now. He happens to see a big-titted golf assistant pro from his binoculars because he can't get.
I didn't have that crap on.
I'm not done yet because of the restraining order. So Richard's behind the oak tree of the 13th green. He's pulled it out. He's gone off. He's going to the ball washer. He went to the ball washer, ladies and gentlemen, because he really needed to wash his balls. He happens to be having currently Titleist right now, or is he? Back to you, Chet. Anywho, so
Yeah, back to you.
For a minute, he wanked so much he froze it.
Back to you, Chad. So it turns out one Richard Dolan's was wanking off at the golf course. The cops have been notified. Richard Dolan's has been arrested, folks. Do not wank at a golf course where Heidi Klum is hanging out.
And I was playing Venus and Mars.
And Tiger Woods is watching with another pair of binocs.
What are you watching, Richard? If it's
I'm not watching anything. I got the TV turned off.
That's what's going on right now. He's talking about the love for his Zeppelin 4. That's what Rach is doing.
Oh, I thought Richard's watching something. I'm sorry.
That's
sorry.
okay.
Yeah.
See, Lisa apologizes when I do something. When it's you.
Yeah, when she calls me, yeah, when she, yeah.
No, the only thing I apologize to Richard for is that one time when they made a video about him. I thought that was not cool and professional. I called the guy out on it. He was making a video about Richard's disability, and I called the guy and I said, "Hey, fucker, take that video down, or I'll make sure the whole VC knows you're a piece of shit." And he took it down.
Yeah. So, Paul, I just come on. You're getting ready to end the stream, wanker.
As you can see, I'm still on. It's 3 hours and 10. I didn't expect to be on this long. I was only going to be on for 2, but my guests are the ones, and my peanut gallery is what sometimes keeps me going.
You better not save this stream. There's too much colorful language.
Oh, I don't care about that. I leave mine up. You know that.
I know. Well,
The only one that I didn't was the one where Mason went off and played. And I didn't get a copy. I didn't get a copyright strike. I got a warning, not from the Beach Boys, but from Four Seasons, the one that owned the Four Seasons catalog. They're the ones that are like, well, you're not getting a strike, but you're like going. And I said that was the only time I ever had any music or anything on there because I'm like, I don't do that. I'm not going to go through that.
Would you be true? Can't take my eyes off of you. Okay.
Have you listened to any McCartney lately, Paul? No.
No.
Yeah.
Richard is so far up Paul McCartney's hoo-ha glory hole that anybody that doesn't listen to him, he gets pissed off.
Richard, I want you to go up farther in my glory hole, Richard.
Glory hole, Richard.
I will probably get the 2 CD edition of Let It Be.
Yeah.
I am not going to go off and spend money because
Richard,
honestly, I don't think the value's there.
Richard, I got a musician to play for you. You might recognize this musician, Richard. You want to hear it?
I hope it's not Lindsey Buckingham.
Who's that?
Didn't sound like anybody to me.
It's my impersonation of Yoko screaming.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
No, you gotta be louder. You gotta be like,
It sounds like 2 cats screwing in an alley.
Oh, good thing Mayo's not here.
Yeah.
The hell?
What? She's gone.
Did you kick her off?
I don't kick people off.
That was a very abrupt. She left very abruptly.
What's Victor saying here? The thing with Rachel, she talked about famous guitar people, not said Page. So I don't believe her now, not going to watch. I don't know. I was trying to figure, because it came up into my alert, Victor. That's the only reason why I showed it. Jimmy Page, damn it. What a guitar player. Led Zeppelin, Lisa, come back on if you, my link's up there. So it's in the couple posts. I always liked Zeppelin. And, even after because when I got turned on to Zeppelin, I think the first album I bought brand new was either Presence or In Through the Outdoor. I cannot remember which. Something tells me I'm leaning more into In Through the Outdoor was the first brand new one. I would have been 12. And then I thought I was going to go see him in 80. Oh, that would have been nice. But
what's the one with all the big hits on it? Like Black Dog and...
That's 4. 4 is a kick-ass album. 4 is like another one
What
of those
was
albums to
Zeppelin
me that's
Zeppelin?
perfect. It's a perfect Zepp album. But if somebody goes off and asks me, though, like, okay, so hang on a second.
I don't listen. I don't believe in Jesus, Lisa.
Oh dear Lord, are you coming back up here, Lisa, or what? I put a thing up. So here we go.
Richard.
So
If you
the
want to
thing
get into
is that
Zeppelin,
yeah,
get
Beans,
4.
Jimmy Page does look like the Quaker Oat dude. It's scary. Somebody brought that up on Facebook a year or two ago, made me laugh. I will say this about Jimmy.
Yeah, that was my first.
He has been promising a solo album. The next one, you know, because Outrider was in '88, which I have that, and some of that's good. But I want that second solo album. What the hell, man? He's been promising that.
Have you read the Jimmy Page book that came out? I think it came out like about, I don't know how many years ago.
I wanted to get that. I haven't gotten it.
So yeah, Richard.
On it, on the front. Yeah, I can't afford it. I haven't read it.
No, Richard. So if you want to get into Zeppelin, go with, Zeppelin 2, Zeppelin 3, House of the Holies, Physical Graffiti, and Zeppelin 4. Those are the ones I like.
I know every song that Zeppelin recorded.
I know, but I'm just saying, if you're looking to get albums in your collection, you can't go wrong with any of the number Zeppelin albums.
Yeah.
And House
Zeppelin
of the
Zeppelin 4 was the first Zeppelin album I got.
Well, yeah, 4 is the first Zeppelin album I ever bought in my record collection. I got a little late into buying Zeppelin into my collection. I bought Zeppelin like in 2017, 16.
Okay.
But I've been a Zeppelin fan since I was a kid. So my mom wouldn't let me buy Zeppelin. She thought they were devil's music. Yeah.
In my opinion, I'd say the first album all the way through Physical Graffiti is the best period.
Yeah, exactly.
Now,
that's how I feel.
The
stuff after Physical Graffiti is kind of like a hit or miss, with Zeppelin.
Thank you, Kev. Wasting my time. That's a damn good tune off of Outrider. There was like maybe one more song off of there. I can't remember what it was that I liked. I still was glad he did the damn album, but if they ever go off, because I think they're talking about doing a deluxe edition of Coverdale Page, which I really like that album too, from '93. That there was supposedly there was some bonus material. I don't know if they were thinking about doing a second one, although the tour didn't last very long. If I remember correctly, it was Japan only. I don't think they did anywhere else, and it was only a handful of gigs. And but Coverdale, even though now I guess Coverdale went off and said that he is either retiring also in 22. So I think that if there's any mileage left, they need to do a sequel or at least an EP or something, because I think they got a little more mileage in them, those two. They seem to like each other from what I heard. So Coverdale Page would be nice. But I mean, when Coda came out in '82, Christmas, I was actually happy. I bought that damn thing. First day it came out because I'm like, ooh, unreleased Zeppelin, because they only played on the radio. Because, like I said, I was in Chicagoland at that time. I remember them. It was either Poor Tom or We're Gonna Groove. That's what I heard off of that album first. And I'm going, oh, the rest of this is as good as that. Which, I mean, some of it's good and some of it's, but, I'm like, I said, I'm glad to have it.
Yeah,
because,
I mean,
and I'm like,
it's an okay album. It's an okay Zeppelin album.
Yeah.
Is Jimmy Page?
You like him in The Firm? First album was better, I thought.
Did you say Jimmy Page is retiring?
No.
Jimmy Page is not retiring. You should see that documentary. The documentary called "It Might Get Loud," Richard, where they have Jimmy Page, Edge, and they have What's that other guy? Jack White. You should see it. It's pretty cool. They show his entire record collection.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought he was already retired.
No, Jimmy Page is not retiring. But do you know when's the last time that Jimmy Page and Robert Plant performed in concert?
2007.
You know when's the last time, huh?
2007.
Richard? No, when they were in court together, fighting for their song "Stairway to Heaven."
Yeah, that doesn't.
Because of the Spirit.
Yeah, I actually have a Spirit LP in my collection. So
and here's the goofy ass part.
They were a short-lived band.
Okay, Randy California was dead. Ed Cassidy was dead. This had to do with the estates of those musicians and the publishing company went after Zeppelin's ass. Now, I don't know. What do you guys think out in the peanut gallery? Do you think that I did hear Taurus and I heard Stairway, okay? I don't honestly think that there is enough. If I was a music lawyer, I probably would have gone off and gone, okay, there's some slight similarities, but not enough to bust their ass. Seriously.
No, I just
we all know that
they're money hungry.
Yeah,
they're money hungry. The reason why I think they're money hungry is because the members of Spirit have passed away, and they have been passed away for some time. So for the estate to come out of the woodwork and sue Zeppelin for a song, they need money. Maybe something's happening that they need money, but when the musicians themselves have passed away, like, do you need to go and sue a group? I don't know. I just think it's greed.
Yeah.
I just think it's greed on their part.
Well, what about the stupid George Harrison thing? I never got that either.
No, the George Harrison song does sound like She's So Fine. It does sound it. It's pretty obvious. You can't deny the fact that they both sound alike. So in that case, if the song sounds, you see, in that case, Richard, if the song sounds like the original song, in that case, and Harrison deserves to have to pay whatever royalties he needs to pay for that song. They sound alike. There's no denying they sound alike.
I don't think the songs sound anything alike.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not a music expert.
Maybe we're hearing differently because I played piano for many years, so I could tell they sound alike.
I mean, the titles kind of sound like "She's So Fine" and "My Sweet Lord," but the music I don't hear.
I don't know. You don't play an instrument, Richard.
If I remember correctly, unless they've changed it since the 70s, if you have more than 7 notes consecutive, that matches any form of a song, they can go after you for lawsuits. Now, He's So Fine, if I remember correctly, was put out in 63, 64, okay? From the Ship-Ons on Laurie Records.
Yes.
It was the publisher was Bright Tunes, okay? Which, of course, comes into play later. When Bright Tunes, which if I remember correctly, and I could be wrong about this, I think Bright Tunes had Morris Levy involvement. And Morris Levy, of course, previously got John Lennon for him sticking his hand in the cookie jar for Come Together for the Beatles when he stole a little part of Chuck Berry's You Can't Catch Me. So here we go, a few years later. Now, this lawsuit didn't get started until 74, 75, if I remember correctly. So the song, which came out in 70, of course, had 4 to 5 years of shelf life. There already was many radio plays, purchasing, all that kind of shit. Okay, so the thing is, and this is where there's a few kick in the pants in this story. So George, of course, had to go and perform this live in front of the jury, in front of the judge, in front of everybody else. So the if I remember correctly, it was an 18-month trial. It took that long, okay? And so what happened though was, and this I thought was such bullshit, and this showed true colors. Alan Klein, who of course was the Beatles' last manager, signed for 3/4 of the band. Alan Klein, in that 18-month period, purchased that song from Bright Tunes when
Yeah.
the jury and everything was done, and George had to pay up. George thought he was going to have to pay Morris Levy and Company. When he found out it was fucking Alan Klein, that was the straw that broke the back. Because
Yeah.
he's
Really,
like,
Paul, really, Paul. You had to bring that. You had to bring that guy, that person up, really.
But I'm just
And
saying,
Dave-
you can't.
Dave,
you can't
you're
deny.
right. You're
I'm
right,
just saying,
Dave.
Richard.
Lennon did steal a song from Zappa. It was part of his song, and Zappa was pissed. That would be on the Sometime in New York City album. Yes, Ron Decline. Ron Decline over, over at Ruddle Records.
Just Richard, just listen to like the first few choruses or the first few parts of My Sweet Lord, and then listen to He's So Fine. You could tell that the song sounds very similar in the chord in the part. But anyways, Richard, you wouldn't know. Anyways, Richard, you wouldn't know. You don't play instruments.
I mean,
George still could write a song parodying his court trial in this song. This song, I love that song. The video is very funny and cool.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
But I love, of course, because I mean, there's hints. Yeah. This tune ain't a bright one. I love it right there. It's like wham! He's gonna smack that one down, and then he's like, and he goes, it's about performing, and he goes, my experts say it's all okay, and I'm like, smack. There's another one. It's like he was totally making fun of the whole fucking situation, and he got a hit out of it. If I remember, it was a top 20 hit.
Yeah,
and I'm like, good for
you. But regardless, all things must pass. I think is the best solo Beatles album that came out of any of the Beatles. That's just my opinion.
I think
I think
best. That's just my opinion.
I think it's George's best.
Even though Ram isn't necessarily my favorite Paul album, I think it's the best solo Beatles.
I think Ram is Paul's best album. That's just my opinion, again, because I don't want people to be like, how dare you say that when Chaos and Creation is better?
Oh, Chaos and Creation is
not that shit again. You're right, Victor. There is only so many chords.
Chaos and Creation.
I mean, people sue people for lyrics of a song. You know that, Paul? Like, if someone has a lyric, and they don't, they are like, oh, but I wrote that lyric. People sue people for having similar lyrics.
Yeah.
I love Brainwashed. I say All Things Must Pass, Cloud 9, and Brainwashed are probably my favorite George solo albums. Seriously.
Yeah.
And then Harrison's George Harrison is a little underneath that because of a few songs in there.
Brainwashed was excellent. I'll have to agree with you about that. Yeah. I like Brainwashed.
What song did I hear from Cloud 9?
Kevin got it right. He goes, this tune has nothing bright about it. This riff ain't black or white as far as I know. No infringe on anyone's copyright. So
you gotta sing it. You gotta sing it in an operatic voice. This tune has nothing right about it.
But still, though, I mean, smack. He's fucking making fun of the people that were suing his ass and the whole fucking trial and how
ludicrous it was. This is gonna be a touchy subject. But John Lennon wrote a song that used a particular word that shouldn't be used. Should he be canceled?
No.
Richard? Paul? No?
Well, then you have to cancel rappers.
I know. I'm just because I saw it on TikTok. I was on my TikTok feed and they were talking about it. It just came up on my For You page. And some girl was like, we need to cancel Lennon. And I was like, okay.
Lennon should be canceled, but not for that.
So,
wait a minute, then for what?
because he's a wanker.
You know what?
Paul-
You know what, Richard? Fuck off about the wanker thing. You call everybody a wanker.
And
I
Paul
mean,
was
you know, Richard. Let me tell you something, Richard. Not everybody's a wanker, okay? Because you don't like somebody, you use wanker too freely. First off, you're not from the UK, so respectfully, Richard, just
and Paul is a better musician. George is a better musician.
yeah, yeah. And Pu Pinchloaf is a better band than Wings.
Yeah, well,
They could have been. They should have been. That PU got screwed.
I'm
They
sure the
really,
rest.
you know, Richard. They just came out with a new album, Pu Pinchloaf.
I'm sure the rest of VC would agree with you about that, Lisa.
About what?
About whatever that is being better than Wings.
Yeah, Pu Pinchloaf just came out with a new album. I haven't pooped for 5 days.
Oh. Oh. Ooh.
Mm.
Yeah, you know what their lead single is, Richard?
What?
Their lead single is the Constipation song. Oh, that got him off.
Well, he's gone. Maybe he got constipated. I was gonna say the first pressings of the albums come with kaopectate samples.
Oh, you do?
Okay.
As
I
in-
did not
is
realize.
Is it released on Pepto-Bismol Records?
No, but it is on Pepto-Bismol vinyl, colored.
Oh, yeah. Free colonoscopy
guys.
with every 100 album bought.
Oh my. Oh my. All right. I've gone 3.5. I went an
Yeah,
hour more
I
than
better
expected.
get going. I better get
Yeah,
going.
me
Richard
too.
want to keep me on here, but it was nice
Yeah.
talking with you, Paul. It was
Same
nice,
here, same here.
catching up with you. I haven't been, active on live streams because life got in the way. So I'm more in the
It
peanut gallery.
It's all good.
But-
It's all good. Richard, no, I'm not going to leave a link because I'm getting ready to cut the show here.
No, Richard. Maybe I'll go live tonight for you, Richard. Maybe.
Oh,
We'll
good.
see.
Maybe I'll pop by later if you're going to do that.
Maybe we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
Richard, go live. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right. Thank you, Lisa. So you know what? This is a perfect way to for all the 7 people up here. I appreciate your patience. I'm glad, any of you guys stuck out for the whole 3.5 hour. My God, I don't do these that often, that long. But I hope that everybody had a good time. I'd like to think so anyway. I'd like to thank my guests, my panel guests of Richard the Music Maniac and Groovy Lisa and foil hat Paul. And now, like I said, within the next 48 hours, I will be doing a unboxing video for you Monkees fans out there. This is the brand new Monkees Day by Day book from Andrew Sandoval, where this is the second and final edition. This is the last time it was made was in 2005. There is a bunch of information to discuss in this. It'll be a short video, though. I'm not going to make it forever. And then, of course, I'll have some future album reviews coming as well. And I'll do another stream again really soon. Sundays seem to work with me, with at least trying to do weekly streams. So, but like I said, I'd like to thank all the 4 that were on here. I'd like to thank my peanut gallery. I had a lot of different people tonight. I had up to about 14, which was halfway decent. But I just you know what, guys, I always end this off really well. Okay. But I'll tell you guys, take care, God bless, and rock on, and have a kick-ass week. And, for Goth Angel, I always end this. I love you, Goth Angel, and I miss you, Goth Angel. And I can't wait for our life together. Okay. And thank you guys for the kind words, the kind words that you guys do. And even, that's right, even poop does happen. And that is what it is. But you guys, you just take care of yourselves, all right? Be good to each other as best as possible, because this world, God, society is breaking down. You know what I'm saying? And we got to try to be the light in the world here, the salt of the earth, as I think the Stones put it in a song once. We got to be the salt of the earth here for humanity. All right. I love you all. Take care and have a good week.